We went to the winery of the Martikov family to see why their latest shipment had not arrived. We found a wizard's tower on the way, and I think we all remember what happened there. But yeah, we ended up at the winery, met with what was his name, Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed us a way of getting in. We fought our way in, past loads of twiggy bastards. A battle ensued to kill off the forest folk that had taken over the place. And last episode started like sort of towards the end of that fight. We found what was his name? Davian. Davian, the older head of the family, was chained to the bed. We burst in, cuffed the forest folk that was there, tried to get him to talk, but he was not playing ball, so Bruce killed him. We released Davian from his shackles, cared for him a bit, Blight, fed him bread.
Yeah, that's Blight's recap done.
That's Blight's recap. I fed him bread. Oh, we lost Aaron. Where's Aaron gone?
He's coming.
Aaron.
I think he's on the
I'm
house.
listening. I'm just
Oh, you're there.
I've
Okay.
got the dogs out for a wee.
Fair enough. We eventually killed them all. In fact, Irina came in with like the final blow, just like came downstairs and just like killed like 4 of them in one go. She was proper badass. Davian asked for what our group name was. I don't think we settled on a. We had a few like Strad fuckers, vampire fuckers. There's a couple of others I can't remember.
They're all based on fucking.
Basically, there's a lot of fucking involved. Obviously, the family was very grateful, and we learned that the Martikov family are the keepers of the feather, and they're a family that are opposed to Strad and determined to sort of get rid of him, really defeat him. He told us that the winery was started by a mage a long time ago, and this mage, the land was not ripe for wine, but this mage planted 3 gems that allowed it to become a vineyard. And over the course of, I think, like the last couple of months or whatever, they've basically had these gems stolen. Erwin, in particular, lost a gem, and so Davian sort of was not happy with that particular son. They said that they tracked one of the stolen gems back to a swamp where a witch lives called Babalasaga.
Yeah.
So that's potential side quest. And Callan noticed something off with one of the last batches of wine as well. It appeared to be poisoned by the forest folk that were there. Bruce used the purify food and drink spell to get it back to normal, and then we spent the evening sharing stories on Strad, and Davian was talking about the sword, which I think we sort of talking about the sword which might help defeat Strad. He said that Strad can turn into many things and be aware, and that he seems to have a second skin, almost like an extra life, extra bit of health to him. Hard to kill. And then before bed we spoke to the severed head Jan, who we learned was killed by Rictavio.
Hang on, my dad's just calling. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. We learned Rictavio killed Jan, the friendly bard. Well, not so friendly to Callan. And we learned maybe he's been staying in that tower. Speculated that maybe he's a wizard, undercover or something. We're not too sure. But he killed Rictavio and saved his head. and then heading back to Vallaki with the wine shipment. And we got ambushed by a lot of scarecrows on the way back, which we swiftly dealt with. And that's where we left it.
Excellent.
Yes.
You know, we shouldn't even say anything to Victoria. We should just walk up and stab him in the face.
No.
Wow. Well,
I,
if he is this so-called wizard,
Stab me.
then he's also against Strad,
he's an ally for sure.
so he should be an ally.
Sure, he'll be happy to know that we've raided his little
Well,
wank den.
Oh.
I mean, that's if he... That is his tower. If he is a wizard, he might just be a bastard for all we know. Just a sadistic guy who wants to keep heads. Who knows?
Yeah, because that's normal.
Because
all
that's
been
not...
there.
Well, anything's normal in this fucking place. I mean, we probably should question him. How we go about it, I don't know.
Violence.
If violence is always the answer. We could just walk in and just slam the head down on the table in front of him and see how he reacts.
And it bushes.
But we should question him.
And we can bring it alive, can't we? We should just bring it alive in front of him.
Oh yeah, we could do.
Have them have the confrontation.
But then
That could work.
out.
Just pull it out and have Irina just bring it to life in front of him.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Sorry.
My dad wanted to know what gorilla glue I use.
Fair
You're
enough.
trying to do a hen.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
homemade
They escaped.
spunk.
They got away, Paul. I need to know what stronger glue I could use.
Oh my god.
I just finished the recap. So
Awesome.
we talked to Jan and got ambushed on the way back to Vallaki.
Yep.
We were just
killed
discussing how to bring up Jan to Rictavia.
Yeah, because that's your sort of plan as you go back. Okay, awesome. Well, switch that on. Get that on. Okay, so we're picking up after the there we go. Picking up after your encounter with all the scarecrows, which you managed to fight off. I think one got away in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
Through the
Oh
forest,
yeah,
you
yeah.
fired a couple of arrows off.
Bruce and Callum were like trying to fire one last arrow to kill him. Whoever missed made cooked tea, but we both missed.
Yeah, totally. So you carry on, cart in tow. Obviously more like your wits about you. You can tell Adrian is alert and expecting the worst after this attack. He knows from the trouble they've been having at the winery that they're definitely a target of some evil within the land. However, you carry on and you eventually come to the bridge across the river where you had passed previously on the way. This was the Raven River Crossroads at point R on the map. And as you come here and the trees begin to break, you see that night is drawing in. And Adrian suggests that you make camp for the night. It's your option where you would like to camp.
Do you know these roads, Adrian? Do you know of a safe? Is this a safer spot as any?
Often in routes before, we just pull to the side of the road, use the wagon as a bit of a shield, and keep watch.
We do know of a tower a bit further along the road on a lake.
I don't know. Have you been before?
We have. We've stayed
Yes.
there before.
Perfectly safe.
And was there any trouble?
Absolutely none.
There was nobody there. We got ourselves into trouble.
Says with no eyebrows.
How far is it?
How far is it? I can't remember, but Bruce would remember.
Looks like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably like an hour to an hour and a bit. And night is beginning to fall.
Do you know of this tower, Adrian?
I've heard of the tower on the lake. If it's if we're talking of the same one. And he sort of points in the general north direction. But I've never heard good things.
Why? What have you heard?
Just magic and mages and spells.
We was under the impression that there was a wizard that lived in these parts who was also against Strad. Surely he would be an ally.
We know a lot of things, but we haven't heard that.
Okay. What do we think, boys? We stay here or maybe go to the tower?
Go to the tower. We know it's fine.
Mm.
We can convince him.
Well, I trust your judgment.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Okay, we'll head to the tower
So
then.
you push on, and the night begins to draw in. You light a small. Adrian has a small, like lantern on the cart, which lights forward, and the horses trudge through. The road moves into its more muddy terrain. As you're going down, you begin to struggle. The cart wheels begin to clog with mud, and the horses, tired from the day's ride, begin to slow. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way there if the road's like this, boys.
Ugh, I knew we
Convenient.
should have stayed here.
Whose idea was it to go to the tower?
We tend to stick to the main roads, as you can see. These paths aren't really for horse and cart, not with barrels of wine on.
That's fair.
Right, let's.
Well, if we need to stop, we need to
We're
stop.
here now.
Yeah.
Let's set up camp, and hopefully the path will stop others as well.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna.
Adrian ties up the horses to a nearby tree, takes off the harnesses, and brings up some small bags to feed them and water them. Yeah, begins to make a clearing in the trees.
I'm just gonna do a divine sense just to sort of scan the area.
Okay.
For any
And what's the radius on that?
60 feet, so it's not that far, but
You don't pick anything up in the vicinity.
okay.
Who's taking the watches? I don't mind taking one.
I'll take
I'll
one.
take a watch.
I'll have a sleep.
Very well. Does someone want to join me for the fast?
Yeah, I'll
So I
join you.
have energy. Okay. Well, rest up, boys and ladies. Nods to Irina.
And Blight.
Yeah. Perhaps your tin friend could join us on watch. He motions to Jeff, who's been trudging along behind the cart, I
Jeff?
presume.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think he needs to sleep, does he?
Oh, that's true.
So Jeff's leant up against a tree. You guys clear a small patch within the trees. The trees, as you know, in this part are dense and thick. However, a couple of you find some good nooks and crannies to lay up in and try to get some rest. So do you want to make the perception check, Callum?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Good start to the day. Natural
So
one.
6. Okay.
Good.
So
That
your
as you mean to
mind-
go on.
your mind racing from the encounter with the scarecrows and your battle at the winery. You don't drift off. You more go into a meditation, and you're not really aware of your surroundings. Adrian, however, does keep watch, and Jeff is at stand to assist. But your watch passes uneventful.
It's running through my head. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. Adrian's quiet, to be fair. He's gone through a lot.
That's good.
It's
I like
always-
quiet people.
Yeah, you don't start conversation, and he doesn't try either.
I just stare.
Yeah. Okay. So your watch is over. Who'd you tag?
I'll
Give Bruce a little nudge.
I'll have a
Okay.
watch.
Are you going with Blight?
Yeah, we can both do it.
So you trade up. You sit on top of the cart, the torch lit, casting down the roads. You can make a perception check with advantage because Blight will be assisting you.
Okay.
Either yours or Blight's, whoever's highest.
Blight's is highest, but I'll just roll it myself. 20.
Okay. Time passes, and after about an hour or so, while the others are sleeping softly behind, you hear a distant cry coming from in the trees.
What kind of a cry? Animalistic or human or?
Make a perception check.
I did. It was a 20. 22. That.
22. You recognize it to be a woman.
A woman.
A female. But it's quite a soft
A
cry.
woman.
You'd almost assume it was someone small or a young person,
Do you hear that, Blight?
like a whimper.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I hear it also.
Shall I go invisible and go check it out? Yeah, that would be a good idea, Blight. You go do that. Blight's gonna go invisible and sneak up to the sound.
Okay, because you rolled so high on the perception the second time as well. It's quite easy for him to track the sound. So, invisibly pushing through the undergrowth and making his way through the thick, dense forest, he follows the sound until, in a small clearing, he pushes back one of the branches to see a small girl dressed in.
Can I just interrupt? Sorry.
Mhm.
Is me and Blight had a long rest at this point?
Yeah,
Because we
you will have done,
rested.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just checking.
So yeah, because it'll last throughout the full night. So yeah, you can clock it down as a rest.
Okay, cool. Sorry, carry on.
So Blight pushes back the branch and sees a young girl, in a sort of browny grey dress, torn and tattered, her knees up to her face, and her face is buried in her hands, and she cries, whimpers.
Does Blight see anything around other than her?
The clearing in her. She's sat back up against a tree.
He's gonna cast message to Bruce and just say, seems like she's alone. Do you want to come up here? You can do the talking because I'm not actually here at the table tonight. So Bruce is gonna come up and just sort of nonchalantly walk over and ask if she's okay.
Okay. So you just ask.
Excuse me, young lady, are you okay?
She doesn't
Blight's
move her
gonna
head.
stay. Blight's gonna just stay on the tree line, just sort of invisible,
Okay.
just in case, keeping an eye out.
As you talk to her and you ask if she's okay, through the whimpers, her head down in her lap, you hear, "Please, please stop. Please stop."
You're okay. There's nobody around. Can I assist you?
As you say the word "can you assist," she begins to lift her head. She says, "Stop! The witch is at the windmill." And as she lifts her head, you see that where her eyes would have been are empty sockets, and
Oh,
inside,
fuck.
white powder pours out onto her. And as she stares in your face, she lets out a scream and then vanishes.
Oh my god.
And all that's left is a pile of white powder on the floor.
Cocaine.
What the fuck? Okay. I go up and inspect the powder. Do I recognize it as anything? Is it cocaine?
Uh, make a
Can I
survival
snort it?
check.
It's not little girl.
Survival check. Survival. I need fucking Callum for this shit. Ooh, that's a 6.
You rub it between your fingers, and it has almost like a chalky texture, but you're unsure of what it could be. It's very fine. You don't recognize it as things that you've seen before.
Can I just scoop a bit of it up to take back to Callan?
Yeah, you scoop it up into a small pouch that you probably have on your body, and
There's
pop it in a
no
bag and
other
take it back.
objects around. Nobody is there anyone watching, or can't see anything else.
You don't, from your perception check before, you don't see
Hmm.
anything around. There's just this pile of powder, and now the girl's gone. It's
Which
completely
is at the
silent.
windmill. That's possibly the dream pie place.
So far away.
What the fuck? And I don't recognize the woman at all.
No, it's a small girl. She just looks like you've seen. She looks like the common children that you've seen throughout the villages.
Not the one that
Poor,
we
ragged
rescued or
clothes.
anything.
No. You don't recognize her as someone that
Okay.
you've seen before. But
We'll head back to camp then and wait for
so you
everyone else
take
to
it back to camp.
wake up.
The rest of your shift goes uneventful, and you sit and ponder on what you've seen in the forest. Who are you tagging in? You've probably got one more watch before morning.
I'll tag. Oh, Callan's already been in, hasn't he?
Irina
Well,
and Solidus.
yeah, sure. Tag them in, and as I tag them in, and just say, just be wary of sounds in the forest. There was a woman crying, and well, when we approached her, she disappeared. But she seemed in distress. She had no eyes.
I'd be distressed. No eyes.
She's talking about that fucking dream pie place that you're obsessed with, Solidus.
Oh, does that mean we can get the little dream pie? Fuck.
Can I just show the powder to Irina's probably better than you, Solidus. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got. Can I just show it to
I've got a
Irina and
thing.
see if she recognizes it?
Yeah, I'll get her to make a survival.
I've got it here if you need it.
Sorry, I did. Done it. Okay, so she takes a powder and rubs it in her hand and looks at the texture of it. Her expression drains, and the color that was in her face goes pale. She looks at you, Bruce, and says, "This looks like ground bone.
Ground bone,
Where did you see this?"
just in a clearing over there.
Just in the little girl's eyes.
We must be alert. Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no shit. Well, good luck
You
with
should
your.
get rid of that, Bruce.
Okay.
Can only be a bad omen.
I'm gonna chuck it onto the fire.
Okay, so the small campfire. You throw it on the fire, and as you do it, the small particles blow up with the heat, and it goes and just fizzles and crackles, and you get the smell of what you'd smell of like burnt hair. It's unpleasant.
Lovely. Well, enjoy your watch, guys. Stay safe.
Thank you. So you turn in with Blight for the rest of your rest. Aruna and Solidus sitting on the wagon sol.
I'm sitting on the way. Chill.
Arena sits next to you and says, "Where are you from, Solidus? You don't look like the others."
The mountains, little lady from the mountains.
And
Where-
if you don't mind me asking, why did you leave?
I wasn't really welcome anymore.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, didn't do enough for my tribe.
It's
Yeah, they don't take kindly to that kind of attitude, I guess.
it's hard when people expect things from you.
Indeed.
Sometimes
I expected you to be an evil bitch.
you're not the first one to say that, Solidus. my hard exterior sometimes comes across wrong. I try to follow the light, and I try to stay on a path that I think would do my family proud. But who knows?
Well, we're all probably going to die anyway, so let's at least enjoy ourselves.
I guess you're right, Solidus.
Have some pie.
No.
Okay.
And I don't think you've got any left, to be fair,
I
because
think
it
I
went
have.
rotten in your bag.
Oh no, my pie! I look at it and I go, ah,
Yeah.
shit!
As you pull it out, the last piece to offer it, it's just the meat, and all the inside has just begin to fur over from the warm storage of your body pouches.
Sniff to
Well,
be doubly sure if I can eat it. It's like,
we
maybe
best keep our eyes to the road. I'll roll for her, and you want to roll for yourself?
Oh my god.
Perception. Oh, she rolled a
Perception.
natural 1.
Oh, that bitch. Oh, I also rolled a natural 1.
Oh wow.
Okay.
We were lost in each other's eyes.
So yeah, as you discuss and you talk about home, you get the overwhelming sense that you've been gone a long time. And you didn't expect your path to come this way. Maybe it was better back with the tribe.
This
You
is
sit, you both sit deep in your thoughts. However, the morning comes and the light comes through the trees, and there are no more disturbances.
oh god.
The party wakes, and Adrian tends to the horses and puts them back onto the cart. You all take some of your rations, and it's a breakfast on the road, but it's food, and you head on your way.
Excellent.
Right, pushing back to the road.
The road sounds like it's beneficial for the cart.
Yeah, I guess so. How
Yeah.
how far out are we?
So if you can see on the map, you're where the hands are. So you probably only managed to get maybe 10, 15 minutes down the track before it started clogging up the wheels.
Okay,
And
that's not too bad.
yeah, so with a bit of ease and a bit of Solidus pushing the back of the wagon and Adrian stirring the horses on with their morning energy, you managed to get the cart back on the road fairly easily and begin to head west back to Vallaki. So the path is uneventful until you reach the Lunar River Crossroads, which are the ones just outside of Vallaki, where you cross the bridge and you look down the stream to see the mountain to the south and the lake to the north. As you cross the bridge at the Lunar River, you see a man standing by the side of the road. He's a short man of middle age, although slick back black hair has a streak of grey running down one side. You see a short sword attached to his leather belt and the hilt poking out from his black and purple cape. He wears a black and purple waistcoat with 3 silver buckles holding it together over his slightly large waist. As you draw near, he hails you. The adventurers return, and with what looks like the spoils of war.
Good morning, sir. Do we recognize him? Do we know him?
Make a perception check.
16.
No, you haven't seen him before.
Hello. Do we know you?
1 second. Ah, well, that's good. He looks back at you and says, I am Ernest Lanark, the eyes and ears of my employer.
Ernest Lanark.
Yeah, Lanark.
Yeah.
He says, my employer would like to meet you. She believes you could strike up an allegiance.
Oh, I know who this is.
A capable group like yourselves.
Who's your employer?
Oh, she's very rich. Always treats her friends well. And at this, you see him hand is twisting a silver ring with a small ruby in the top.
Is it Fiona by any chance?
Perhaps. Maybe you would take up the offer.
Well, we're a curious group. We're always up for meeting the friendly people of Barovia. Certainly if it's
Well,
beneficial for both parties.
could be, if you play your cards right. Go to the mansion on the north road of the village. You can't miss it. But be sure to be prompt, though. The lady doesn't like to wait.
Okay, well we have
Good day to you.
Good day to you.
Good day.
Good fucking day.
And he waves the horses on, and as they do, Adrian brings the cart forward. And
Recognize that
carry on
guy,
down.
Adrian?
I've seen him about Valaki, but
You know of this
don't
Fiona,
know
the
if
lady?
I know of her.
What's
Trouble, if you ask me.
what's the name of the family? We haven't been given it. I can't quite find it on my
It's
notes.
It's Wachter.
Wachter. Oh, I don't recognize that. Maybe we haven't been given it.
Adrian says she's her and her family. What can you say? Direct in their beliefs. They see Strad as someone who is good for the land, potentially.
What good do they see in this land?
I do not know. But you know how some people profit in the losses of others?
Well,
Her son sometimes cause trouble in the pubs, Erwin says. But I believe she keeps herself to herself.
we've heard that she has a bit of a rift with the burgomaster of the town.
Yeah, Erwin told me about that in one of his letters. He said that he believes she wants to be in power. Thinks the burgomaster runs the place into the ground, and she's not wrong on that part.
Well,
You've been, haven't you?
we have. I mean, it's on the surface it seems like a pleasant town, but I suppose the deeper you dig, the cracks of his leadership show. We've met the guy. He's not particularly pleasant.
And neither are his ways of punishment. Just be careful not to get on the wrong side of him.
Yeah, I'd be curious as to see what this lady has to say, though.
It's your path, friend.
Is she fit?
You saw her at the outside the
Yeah, I thought
church.
we did. Was she
So,
fit? Did she look alright? This is Blight asking this, not Bruce. Bruce would never ask such a thing.
Gentlemen.
I don't think anyone recalls her being fit.
Okay. Fair.
So, do you wish to discuss before you reach the gates?
No, I would just turn and say to her, maybe it might be worth seeing what she has to say. I think the more we learn about this land, the more we can prepare ourselves for the adventure ahead. What have we got to lose? We don't have to let the burgomaster know, at least. Drop this wine off, see where it takes us.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you approach the east gate, the guards catch the familiar sight of the Wizard of the Wine cart. With haste, they open the gate and stand graciously for you to enter.
Good day!
Good day. The heroes return with wine.
Oh, I wouldn't call us that.
Yeah.
The morning lord is good. And as the cart winds down the street, you see the bystanders' faces light up, the people going about their morning business of collecting bread and collecting water from the wells. You overhear excited whispers of the wine returning. And from the displays that you see the importance of the wine in Barovia, and that potentially maybe you have done a bit more than save a winery. So
Bruce doesn't do this job for self-gratitude, but he can't help but feel elated at the praise of the villagers.
Irina, as
Lapping
well,
it up.
is
It's going to his head.
enjoying it. So you travel.
Oh, we can see.
Actually, yeah, you can see.
Yes.
Actually, before you reach the Blue Water Inn, you do go past the church, and
Memory.
Try not to look at it.
Blight does say, "Can we stop here,
No.
No,
just quickly?"
no. Places to be,
I
Black.
want to
Come
see
on,
what
let's
I
go.
want to see what happens, Blake, when you don't eat
Brother,
people's bones.
my supplies are a little low. How much has he got?
I don't know. Was
It'll be
I supposed to ask him?
hopefully put it in his inventory.
I doubt he's put it in his inventory. I think he would have written it down. He can grab another load though, right?
I think he took about. I think he took 4 or 5 pounds, and you've been gone 4 days, so he'll have taken his last lot this morning.
Okay, well then he's going to replenish
Well-
his whatever he needs,
Okay.
whatever he can
So
carry.
Adrian pulls the cart up outside the church. Looks at you a bit odd, but your business is your business.
Don't mind him.
Blake goes into the thingy. You do see that the church now, work has begun on the restoration. Scaffolding is built around the crumbling walls, and some of the debris has been cleared from the surrounding.
I'm
You
going.
see at the back.
Go on.
Gone.
I was just going to say I'm going to scoop up a load of dirt as well.
Okay.
And just to have just in case he runs out.
So you two head to one of the graves on the nearby side and just dig a little from the top and pocket it.
How much can I grab?
As much as you like. It's your carry weight, dude. He needs £1 a day. So
I'll take
he took about £5 last time.
I'll take £5.
Greedy.
I'll take £5 just in case. Then it's not a huge amount, is it?
As you do pass the church, you hear a hammering of nails inside. And as you look through the now empty windows, you see Miliov, the boy who you tracked down originally before the bones, on a scaffold, slowly piecing back together the devastation that ensued.
You okay there, boy?
He looks around, startled at first, but when he sees it's you, he's... Yes. What do you want?
We're just checking in, make sure everything's okay.
I have to repair this. Cannot help but feel it's my fault.
It's not your fault, child.
It is a little bit, I say.
There's greater forces
Hopefully.
forces of evil at work here. You can't hold yourself responsible.
I just pray the morning Lord will forgive me.
I'll be honest,
I must get on with my work.
I can't actually remember how involved he was. It's been ages now.
He's the one who took the bones from the church and gave them to the
Yeah, and
guy in the shop
why did he do that?
to feed his younger siblings.
Right. Okay.
Condemned us all to death.
Yeah, Henrik at the coffin shop,
Yeah.
who was being controlled by Strad, told Miliov that he'd give him money for the bones, and
Yeah.
Miliov didn't understand
Okay.
the importance.
It's not a good enough excuse. I'll throw a spear at his head.
Well,
So you leave Miliov to his work and return to the road, back on the cart with Adrian, and you head to the Blue Water Inn. So as you arrive, Erwin comes out the front. Friends, you've returned.
Indeed.
What was the hold-up? I see you have the wine.
Only some twiggy bastards.
Wiki bastards.
Adrian comes down from the cart and embraces Erwin, and they hold each other for a minute. You missed a lot, brother. We nearly lost everything, but these people that you sent, they helped us. We have our winery back.
And you're fortunate
Erwin
that
looks.
Callan here has a great set of nostrils on him, as otherwise this last batch would have been poisoned.
My friends, I knew you were sent for a reason.
Look at the size of that nose. It's fucking huge.
This is a day to celebrate. Please, come, bring the cart round the back. Let's toast to our success. And as you steer the cart round the back, you see that Adrian pulls a letter out from his pocket and gives it to Erwin. Erwin opens it and briefly reads it before a single tear rolls down his eye. He looks at his brother, and you can see just from his expression that he can go back to his family home.
That's what Davian wrote for
Yeah.
him. Okay.
He's been accepted back into the family. So, you take the cart round the back, offload the barrels, which you see they're loaded through this side door over here. Side door over here, and they're rolled into place. New ones are put in, and taps are hammered into them. Fresh wine is poured for the first time in a few days.
Are there
in Valaki.
ravens flying around?
Yeah, there's still ravens up on the roof.
Then you see Blight like click his fingers, and Boneclaw just like appears in front of him and says, "Go play with your raven friends. Enjoy yourself." And he flies up to the.
So Boneclaw flies up to the rooftop and
But don't die.
begins to prune the other ravens, and they seem to accept him even though he is a different breed of bird. But these seem intelligent, or at least they're not killing each other. So, after unloading the wine, you head into the tavern, and Owen pours large tankards for everybody. A toast to your success. Thank you, friends. I couldn't have done this without you.
To the Martikov family, to the vampire fuckers, and to killing Strad.
Here,
Ah,
as you toast, there's a huge knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. The door opens, and the Baron is there. I see you've returned. I presume everything is well? Yes, Baron. They have the wine, and they have saved the winery. Very well then. You are a day late. Anything to say for yourselves?
Well,
it was really difficult.
It was really difficult, and you'll be pleased to know more of Strad's allies were killed in the process, which took a little bit extra time.
You killed more? And how do you think that's going to reflect on us? You fools!
Killed more of Strad's allies. Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, he loves Strad.
I heard.
Does he?
And how do you think he's going to react to that?
Yeah,
You see panic come across his
he's
face.
got a passive attitude.
I thought I was saying a good thing.
At this, Erwin steps up and says, Vargast, these people are heroes. They have righted wrongs, and you will not prosecute them anymore. You need to pardon them now. And at this, both of the Martikov brothers begin to puff out their chests a little and move towards him. Now, the Baron does have 2 guards with him, but he knows when he's outnumbered and possibly outwitted. Very well. No word of this goes any further. The wine was just late. The festival will be tomorrow. We cannot wait a day longer. Erwin, prepare for it now. I will see you in the morrow. And at that, he twists his 2 hounds, tail behind him, and the door slams. And Owen begins to laugh. A festival at dawn.
Pleasant as always.
My friends, as always, you have room here. My home is your home. Please drink, eat, rest. Tomorrow we will celebrate. But now, I must get to work.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to a festival. I think we could all use a bit of respite.
I ask him before he goes, have you seen Rick Tavio?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Yes, he left 2 days ago.
Oh, fuck off, he left.
Why?
I spit my drink out.
Idiot.
He
What?
said,
Where'd he go?
he said, oh, he had a message for you. He said he was hitting the road
Hit
to
him.
find more talent, and he said if the big guy returns, tell him there's always a place as a strong man if he wants a change in career. I
Did he
presume he
leave
means you.
contact details, like where to find him, so that I can join him
Strongman.
as...
You
Yeah.
sure he
No.
didn't mean Callan?
I think he was talking about me.
I think he was talking about you.
He said the big one, but I do not know. No,
It's
friend,
an ironic joke that we have.
he
So
did not leave contact details. He may return.
Fucking
Barovia
goober.
is
All
not
right.
that big.
I think we know where we
Thank
can
you.
find
Thank
him.
you very much. Do we?
The tower, maybe.
Oh, that tower we avoided.
Owen,
No.
when? How do you know this, Rick Tavio?
He came and just rented a room for, well, been here a good few months now.
Did you?
Said he was traveling to the land to find talent for his circus, and
Odd place to come to find talent. Did you know him before the previous months, or was that the first you've seen of him?
the first I've seen, but he was a pleasant man. He paid up front, and
He's never
I
been.
left him to his business.
He's never acted, strangely. I mean, I suppose he always was a bit strange anyway, but never
He
anything beyond being a bard.
he was a man of routine. Every morning he would come down and take an apple to his horse and take some food to, I believe it was the toy maker, Blinksky. He gave him that monkey, you know.
Gave him the monkey.
Oh.
He said he had it from the show and needed a new home and he couldn't travel anymore, so he gave it to Blinksky. But other than that, he would entertain the locals and tell tales of circus folk and beasts and monsters, and people found him entertaining and he paid the bill. So for me, he was a guest.
Sure.
I didn't think anything strange when he said it was his time to move on.
If you see him again, tell him he was a stay here. Find us.
Okay.
Yeah, tell
And
him,
word.
Solidus is
join
very
us.
interested in joining, and we'd love to inquire further.
Why the questions?
Oh, I just fancy a career change. These guys are holding me back, weighing me down.
Very well.
We
Well,
enjoyed his company. He
I
was.
think you would make a good strongman, to be fair.
Thank you.
He didn't.
Not a small fellow.
He
I
ne-
flex my muscles.
Did you ever see him with anybody else?
No, never.
Solidus, put your muscles away. They're very distracting.
I'm just like oiling them up.
Never really. He'd make acquaintances
Sit
with
down
people
before you
and
hurt yourself.
talk to people, but I never saw him with anyone else.
Okay.
He came alone, if that's what you mean. And he wasn't one to take women of the night.
Oh,
Not that I know of.
Hmm.
What about men of the night?
Not that I know of.
Chance to be a fine thing. Are there men of the night in this town? Just out of curiosity.
I'm sure if you looked in the right place, my friend.
Interesting.
It's a small town.
Blight gets excited.
Put your willy away.
Anyway, my friends, I must get
Blight
the
snaps his
preparations ready
fingers
for
and his
tomorrow.
cock appears in front of him. Put it away, Blight.
Mercy.
And I must tell my wife to prepare the food. You're free to come and go as you please.
What time is it, DM?
So by this point, it's probably about midday, just after.
Okay.
And you know from like you have another discussion with Erwin. He says that the festival will start about 12 tomorrow, so you have the afternoon and the morning to do what you want.
What do we want to do? Should we go see that woman?
Yeah, let's go see that bitch.
Guess that's the obvious thing to do. Do we need supplies? Do we need supplies or anything? I have
I
a
think I
list of
might.
the shops here.
I haven't got any more dream pie, but I don't know anywhere I can buy it in this town.
You don't need any of that dream pie shit.
I do, because mine's gone mouldy. Look, and I'm still like holding the mouldy pieces.
Does Blight
Look.
need any components or anything, or do you need any
Not that I'm
weapon?
aware of.
I
I think I've got everything I need. Yeah. Don't know. Do you need arrows or anything, Callan?
Yeah, I need to get some arrows.
Ooh.
We could do that. Is there a blacksmith around, Erwin?
An arrowsmith?
Or an
Um,
arrowsmith?
Fletcher?
Yeah.
As he goes out of the
And he's left us.
um, so he says, yes, it's not in the city though. You have to head to the Vistani camp to the south. I believe his name is Caligal.
Illegal.
He works from his home,
He's a
but
local
he's a
blacksmith.
Fletcher.
He's
He's a Fletcher. There is a blacksmith in the town.
Oh, so the Fletcher's for arrows, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, he does arrows, bow work. The blacksmith is Fimdal's armaments, and that is in the town.
Well,
Go to the Fletcher.
yeah, we
And you
can
guys can go see the woman.
You just me separate.
Nothing ever good
Or you
comes from
can, or you
separating.
can come with me to the Fletchers.
Yeah.
Hold my hand.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to kill me in the Fletchers.
Well, if you want to go, Callan, you can.
Yeah.
We can wait. We'll wait for you to return, and we'll just get pissed here if you like, and then we'll go
Yeah.
go see the woman together. We could do with your keen eye.
I'm excited by this respite.
Okay. So Callan's heading off to the Fletchers, yeah?
Yeah.
So, after confirming with Owen a little bit more, he tells you to head west out of the city and then follow the road along until you see a trail lead south. You'll see the cart tracks and the stuff like that. And with your knowledge of the forest and nature, you find it relatively easily. I'd say probably only takes you about an hour to get there. So on the map, you head out from the inn, and it's this small area down here in the woods. So you follow the Slavic road along past the cottages, which line it on the outskirts of the walls. The guards let you out, no problem. The gates are open during the day, and then you cut off down a small dirt track. So as you head down, the woods part reveal an expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures the details, but you can see these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from their sculpted eaves. Atop the hill, above the fog, is a ring of barrel-top wagons that's surrounded by large tents with columns of smoke pouring out through holes in the top. The tents are brightly lit from within, and the light glows through the fog. Even at this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanates from the central area. But in these surrounding houses, you do see. I think we've got a map for it. Have we got a map for it? Yeah. Can you guys see it, or is this one black?
That's
See black.
black.
Okay, let me just fix that for you.
Yuck.
So now you should be able to see a bit of map.
Yeah.
I'll just get the rest of it for you. Oh god. Reveal. So you recognise the barrel top wagons similar to the ones at Madame Eva's camp. There's a nice little illustration of what it looks like at the bottom that I've just revealed to you. And you see as you head to the hovels that the one to the left, well, the folk you see outside, you recognise them, Callan, as being an elf yourself. You recognise these as dusk elves. So have a darker, more mottled skin, and you've seen people like this before. And you
I
know
don't
they
see
keep
through
friendly.
them glasses. I don't see colour.
Yeah, yeah. They're
Right.
elves are elves.
Elves
But
are elves.
It's the first sign
Dusty
of
or
elves that
not.
you've seen in this land,
Hmm.
so it does intrigue you. However, you know that this race of elves is almost forgotten. Only a few survivors live in secret places. You understand that this is perhaps why they're in Barovia, possibly one of the most secretive places they can get to. They look very similar to wood elves, but have the dark skin and hair. And you see that they're based around the small houses that are sort of built into the hill, whereas the Vistani are at the top in the wagons. So, looking out at the small houses, you see that. Find this little thing. One of them has a sign outside that says Caligul's Hovel, and it's possibly the one on the left.
Okay.
Do you head towards it?
Yeah.
So as you approach, you see a dusk elf outside, he's got a small work area outside where he has like almost like a wooden anvil with a small bench next to it, and you can see stacks of twigs and small bits of branch that have been whittled into arrows. Bows hang on the outside of the wall, and the door is just open ajar, and you can smell the scent of cooking coming from inside. Smoke comes from the chimney at the back, and as you walk over, the elf looks up. Good day to you.
Hey, friend.
Fellow elf. Where do you come from, friend?
Just over there.
I
This
presume
isn't.
you come to shop.
This isn't your place of origin.
Observant.
Hmm.
No, but this
You
is what I
trapped
call
here as
home.
well.
Yes. But
Hmm.
one has to make do with what one has.
And does one has arrows to buy?
Yes.
Good. I
Another
have gold.
observation. How many are you looking to buy, friend?
12, please.
Okay. Any particular type?
What types do you have?
We have bolts. We have ones for longbows, short bows.
Longbows, please.
Very well.
Are they barbed?
These aren't, but I can make some barbed for you if you wish.
Please.
Yeah, it will take time.
Unfortunately,
take
that's
some
something I
for
don't
now?
have.
I can always put an order in.
Tell you what, I'll probably be back. So put an order in for the barbed, but I'll take the normal today.
12. Let me work that out. How about 3 silver for a friend?
We silver. Okay, I'll give you 3 gold.
3 gold. Ha.
Hmm.
I said silver, friend.
It's fine. Keep it.
Well,
Okay. Well,
Fucking throwing money everywhere.
consider the barb once paid for as well. You wish to come in a few days?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I'll have 20
Say,
ready for you then.
friend, as I'm putting these arrows in my quiver, any word, any stories you've heard?
Of what?
Well, of you know who?
Ah, the Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord. Well, usually when I say his name around here, people get a little bit agitated.
Voldemort.
Some think bad omens and attach to names, but he bears me no mind. I
Oh.
carry out my work and I let him carry out his. What is it you want to know about?
If you've heard anything unusual of late. I know there's a lot of new faces in town.
Yes. I did hear of a traveller. He came by, well, maybe a month or so ago. He was asking for silvered arrows, but it's not something I can get my hands on. I said if he can get the goods, then I'd be happy to make them. It's something I can do, but I don't have the ability to get the materials.
Silver
But
arrows, eh?
he never returned.
What do you think you'd be needing silver arrows for?
There's lots of things lurk in the dark, my friend.
True. This guy, did he look like? And then I described Octavio.
No, he was older, older man in. I remember he had odd spectacles, a gold rim. He looked like he'd been traveling for a while, but he didn't say where he was from.
When you say odd spectacles, do you mean the shape or just because they were gold?
Just small and gold, and they stuck out on his face to me.
That is odd. And you haven't seen him since?
No, not many people come this way. Well, our kind aren't liked all the time.
That's true.
I am the only Fletcher in Vallaki, so I have my
That's
uses.
true. What's your name?
It's Caligal.
I'm Callan. I think that you and I are going to be good friends.
I've never
Me too.
open up so much.
Yeah.
Callan, did you?
That's about as much as I open up.
Did you? We found some silver-tipped arrows, didn't we?
I think Alex has them. He's got
I-
some bolts.
Yeah, I pocketed them.
Did we get them at the tower?
Pocketed.
Yeah, they were at the tower.
They were in the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy with the strange glasses, he didn't happen to mention where he was from, did he?
No, I didn't
Or
ask many
where he was
questions.
heading? No.
Not to folk who aren't like us.
What's that up on the hill?
Oh, that's the camp, the Vistani.
The Vistani. And what are you? Are you workers for the Vistani, or I'm just observing the strange layout of this habitat.
We share
They live
common
on a
ground.
hill.
As like us, often people think they are crooks, but not all of them are bad. And also, they can get stuff. They have passage through the mist.
Mm.
If we need set things, we can always try to get it from them, but money is hard to come by. So, and I appreciate this friend. And he
You're
holds
welcome.
up the coins that you gave him.
There'll be plenty more where that came from.
Thank you.
These
been-
Vistani, are these friendly towards strangers,
Depends.
or do they keep to themselves?
They can be tricky. They tend to show good grace and they'll give you a meal and wine, but sometimes if you get on their wrong side or if you pick the wrong ones, then they can be quite a handful. Just as easy to turn you over.
Who's in charge? Who's the main honcho?
Who is the main honcho?
If I should ever need to speak to him.
He is called. His name's Lovash.
Love Ash.
Love Ash.
Yes.
Did he give himself that name?
I believe it's what his mother gave him.
Oh.
However, he is not. I wouldn't see him at the moment. His daughter's missing. She's only 7, and it hasn't put him in the best of moods, as you can imagine.
Sorry, is Lovash the leader of the Vistani, or just the leader of this area, or?
He's running the camp at the top at the moment. They don't really have a leader amongst themselves. This is all that Kellic knows, that he sort of calls the shots up there.
And he's missing his daughter.
Yeah, she went missing about a day ago. It's a scary place.
What, in the day or in the night? I mean, did she just disappear, or was she taken?
I believe it was when they were feasting on the evening, and they like to drink, so they don't know. She just wasn't there.
Social services will be pleased to hear about this. Okay.
I suspect an inspector coming.
Hold on. Right. I'll tell him. I'll say, if you should ever bump into this Love Ash or Ash Love, whatever his name is, then just let him know that somebody who cares is keeping an eye out. If I see anything, then I'll let you know.
I would tell him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if you do find her, bring her back here.
Uh-huh.
I know he will
Okay.
be pleased.
What's his daughter's name?
Arabelle.
I'll keep an eye out for her. Thank you for
Thank
the
you,
arrows. You're welcome. I'll give him another gold just for the information.
Okay, money bags here.
Thank you. I will.
Okay.
I will see you soon, friend.
Yep.
Be safe.
Bye. And then I look at him like real intense, and then just sprint off into the woods. See you.
Like Studio Ghibli running.
Thinking more like Monty Python, like guys running towards the castle. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Quest's
So-
call.
You have your arrows, and you've spent 4 gold.
Yes.
A fine amount to spend.
It's fine. I'm sure we'll find some more.
Make a perception check as you leave the camp.
Okie dokie. 16.
16. You just see a few men around. A few of the elves outside the houses. That's
Oh,
all.
I hate when that happens. What can't you see? What have you not seen?
There's not much I don't notice, but
There's something there you've
It's
not
just
seen,
men.
and it's really gonna bug me.
So you head back to town. And I'd say you've probably gone 2 hours. It's now like mid-afternoon, possibly 3-4 o'clock-ish. By the time you get back to your friends at the inn.
non-stop running. I just burst in. I've got my arrows. Nice guy. Give him his money. Big camp, like a fair. I'm not sure. And
Okay,
some guys wasn't really paying attention.
to have a drink. Here's some wine.
I drink it like a kid.
2 hands.
He wasn't gone
Yeah.
that long, to be fair.
Yeah. About like years.
Blight's
That's
pissed.
great.
He started trying to do some more art. He drew
As you've been at the
a
inn,
picture of you.
you've seen
Me.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Danica go in and out the kitchen, taking supplies, and you can smell cooking coming through, but she's not bringing any food out, so you presume that they're making preparations for the festival. Also, you see Owen begin to. Cause behind these barrels over here, there's a small curtain, and he has that pulled back currently because he's decanting the larger barrels that have come from the wagon into smaller ones. So, yeah, it's just what you see.
I tell these guys about the weird setup that they've got out there. There's a
Odd.
hill
And these
with all these little houses.
these elves you met are trapped here like us.
Yeah, well, they're not elves; they're ash elves, but they are.
They're all the same to me, mate.
They're
Y'all look
they're an
alike.
ancient race of elves.
How long have they been here?
He didn't say, but it sounds like he's been here a while.
Wow,
And they have some sort of like symbiotic relationship with the Vistani.
it's kind of
Who's lost a
worrying.
daughter? You're gonna love this, Bruce.
What?
Yeah,
Do
he
I
had a daughter
smell
called
a side
Abigail, Annabelle.
quest?
I
Does
think they're
someone need our
drunkards,
help?
but I didn't push it too much. I didn't want to stick my nose in where it was unwanted. But if we find any kind of trace of this girl, then at least we know.
What was the girl's name?
It was
And what did she look like?
Annabelle, Arabelle. Yeah.
Arabelle.
What does she look like? I don't know. She's a 7-year-old girl. Did I just make that up, or is that right?
That's two.
Yeah, she was 7.
She's
Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
That's two fucking girls we're supposed to be finding.
Somebody likes little girls in Strad and is taking them, and that's not cool.
That is not cool.
Just ain't cool, son.
Oh,
When you
also,
Come.
there was a guy that came around there not long ago. Well, a few months back, asking for silver-tipped arrows.
Ah, we found
I
some
think
silver
it's
tipped
our mystery
arrows.
man.
Yeah, the tower.
It's not Rictavia. So I think we've got some kind of.
Did he mention Van Richten?
No, he didn't say his name. He just said what he looked like.
Blight said
I
that,
haven't
by the
seen
way,
him since.
not me. Yeah, this is Blight. I've heard of this Van Richten. Is a supposed vampire hunter. He seems like the kind of guy that would want silver tipped arrows.
Yeah, I put my money on that one. If I had any left. No drinks for me, thanks. Just water.
You get drinks for free in the Blue Water Inn, so
Nice.
you get that.
Yeah. Then
Well,
drinks all round.
well, should we go see what this woman has to say? In fact, I'm gonna go to just shout for Erwin if he's not there.
You see him in the back of like where the barrels are, so
Erwin,
you can call through.
we've been the Fiona has requested an audience of us. She wants to speak with us. We're thinking of going. You have any thoughts on that?
He calls through. Hang on. He calls through as he's lifting a large barrel into can. What was that?
Well, we met a man on the way back into the town. His name was Ernest Lanark.
Oh, that weasel. Don't trust a word he says.
Well, he said that we was requested to meet with his boss.
Ah, the Wachter lady. Fiona.
Fiona, is it? Yeah.
What does she want with you?
Who knows? We was considering going up and seeing what she had to say.
It's up to you, friend, but she is a supporter of you-know-who.
Is she?
Her family line goes far back, and they're not opposed to his rule, you could say.
Go, cut her fucking head off. That'll help.
Well, Solidus, let's not jump to conclusions.
And I start banging on the door, going, "Come on, lads, let's go."
I
Cut
I
her
like your
head off.
enthusiasm, Solidus, but perhaps not making any more trouble might be something for you guys to consider after, the church.
No, it was us. Shh, everyone. And I've yelled this in this public space.
Yeah.
Shh.
Well,
Nobody. I've been drinking wine all day.
well,
Nobody
we.
tell on us.
I don't think it could be a bad thing to at least go and see what she has to say. I think all information is good for us at this point.
Well,
I'm not
if you
suggesting we
need,
have to be a friend.
just keep your eye on the exit. That's all I'll say. Make sure you got the route out. But she is a noble, so just be careful.
I'm always careful.
Continues to put the barrel into.
DM's looking shifty. I don't know about this, guys. Well,
Okay, what's your plan?
was that?
That's just mum shouting at the kids.
Legend. Don't go to the
I thought I was
house.
saying, don't go, don't go.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Are you heading there?
Yeah,
I'm
let's
up for
go.
it. Let's
Go.
do it.
So after a short while, you find the mansion that Ernest described. It's not too difficult to spot. The house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over the furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen consonants, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent of which the house hates what it has become. So, I'll give you an idea of where you are in Valarki first.
Irene is coming with us as well.
Yeah, she'll tag along.
Okay.
So the inn's obviously around here, I think number 2. But the mansion is up on the north, just on this road up here. And I will get you guys in. There it is. Okay. So you should be able to see all the nice outside and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get you guys on here. I presume he's leaving Bonecaller behind.
Yeah, bloke, I can stay there. You can always snap him back in.
And I guess Jeff is in the inn.
Pissed.
Okay. So you see that there's a solitary door leading into the mansion. The windows, the shutters are closed, and as I said, the vegetation just engulfs the building. It looks in a pretty poor state of disrepair.
Any
What do you wish to
guards?
know? No guards. It's just a normal house down the street. So
Then I'm going up to the door and knocking.
So you knock on the door, and a small window that's cut at eye level slams across, and you see a pair of wrinkled eyes looking through. They're sharp and suspicious. Yes?
Good day.
Is it?
Relatively speaking.
Hmm.
We was requested to visit this abode.
By who?
We met a Ernest Lanark on the road.
Hmm.
Said he was looking for the vampire fuckers.
What's your name?
My name is Bruce Farabane.
One moment. Slam shut. and you hear like a walking behind. After about 5 minutes of you sort of looking around, sort of like,
I'm looking at my Casio watch.
is he going to come
Fucking
back?
hell, how long?
You hear a clink, clink, clink on the other side of the door, and it creaks open. And inside, you see a twisted-faced elderly man with thin grey hair slicked back on his like mottled scalp. He wears a faded, worn, deep red suit with a small bow tie. His back is hunched over, and he sort of opens and looks at you. Come in. Follow me.
What's your name, good sir?
I am the help.
The Help.
Follow me.
Weird name.
Odd name, but fair enough.
So
Does the help have a last name?
he ignores all.
He ignores Slash, does
What's the name of this family? Paul again, sorry.
Wokta.
Wokta. How do you spell that? W-O-K?
No, it's WACH
Oh, like
TERHAUS. It's like Wokta House.
Wokta House. Vacta House. Vacta House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just get the areas done for you. Okay, so he leads you through the front doors, which open into a narrow vestibule, and three stained glass doors and wooden frames lead from it. As you go through forwards, he leads you into the stairway, which leads up to a balcony. And at the foot of the stairs, there's more doors on either side with stained glass. He leads you through into the dining room first. So there we go. So he leads you through into here so you guys can follow through. So the dining room has an ornate table that stretches the length of the room and a crystal chandelier hanging above it. The silverware is tarnished and the dishes chipped, yet still quite elegant. 8 chairs, their backs adorned with sculpted elk horns around the table, and arch windows made of lattice iron and glass look out onto the small fog sweep estate. You can see like the garden area outside and stuff like that. He points towards the parlour and says, "Wait here, the lady will be with you shortly." And then he leaves the room. So in the parlour, there's 3 elegant couches around a small oval table made of black glass. They're set in front of a blazing hearth which flickers and gives off a nice warmth. Above it hangs a portrait of a smirking nobleman sporting a broken nose and a tangle of hair greying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall. So he ushers for you to move into this area over here.
Can I just, I'm just like looking around. Is there anything that would seem odd or out of place? For example, anything Strad related, anything just
Give
iffy?
me a perception check.
Oh, terrible. Anyone else helping me? Blight's looking as well. He's really looking around.
Yeah, bet he is. Give him a roll.
He's +4 on his. I'll roll it on my character sheet and just add 4 instead of 3.
Okay.
10.
10. It's drab. You notice like it doesn't look like a nice place. The decoration and like ornaments are very gothic and dark, and there's lots of reds and blacks and dark colors. But you don't see any like Strad propaganda or anything like that, paraphernalia. But it looks like a dodgy manor basically. But you can't quite put your finger on why.
Is there any similarities like Durst Manor?
No.
Okay.
It seems that each family would have their own style and sort of way of decorating, and they don't really correspond across.
Okay.
So, after a short while, a tall, elegant lady enters the room, and you recognize her as the woman who stood out from the crowd outside the church when St. Andrew's was destroyed. She wears the same long, dark red gown and has the gold metal collar wrapping around her neck. Her grey hair is tied back tightly, and a wry smile is drawn across her lips. She speaks with a cutting tone. First, the formalities. I am Lady Wachter. Please introduce yourselves.
I am Bruce Farbane. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She bows and takes a small curtsy.
This is my brother Blight.
And you?
I'm Solidus, and I'm also here.
Irina says, I am Irina Koliana, ma'am, and she curtsies back. Elf, your name?
Ooh,
Oh,
good start.
that's my one.
I am Callum Varys, and I give a little bow.
Thank you,
Mom.
Callum.
Someone's in a good mood.
Please, sit.
Mm.
How are you finding your time in Vallaki?
Well, you know,
I
Could
hate
be
it.
worse.
I can't wait to go home.
now, Solidus, it's not so bad compared to the other places we've seen in Barovia.
I'm carrying a severed head in a bag.
Right, it's one
Well,
of the
it's not-
nicer
It's not normal
places of Barovia. Let's put it that way.
It was nice once.
When?
Oh, I.
However, it has been run into the ground. Your thoughts on the current Burgomaster?
Well, if we're being honest, he is a bit of a tit,
Yes, not a fan.
but he seems to, the people, on the surface seem happy, and
Team, Bruce.
from what we can
How
tell,
long have you been in Vallaki?
not long.
Not long enough. This place is a cesspit. You cannot see it yet, but you will in time.
Well, we was in, we started our adventure in the village of Barovia, and compared to that place, well, this is lovely.
But that's no excuse for poor management. What'd you say?
True. How would you do it different?
Yeah, what are you
My,
getting at?
my family have been in Vallaki for generations. We are the true noble lineage, and we have watched this town fall from prosperity in the hands of that fool Vargas.
So, your
I
thoughts on the
believe
Burgermeister?
I should be the Burgomaster.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Why, if you're the true lineage, why are you not the Burgomaster? Why is he? Where's he from?
Because people make stupid decisions, Bruce. Many people are fools. I hope not you.
I've been called worse.
At least you travel with someone of noble lineage.
I think she
She
means me.
nods to Irina.
Oh,
And what is Irina's thoughts on the Burgermeister?
I don't think I've been long enough to say. Like as Bruce says, it seems pleasant.
Was he voted in democratically?
It's by the by. The point is, he's here now.
Okay.
And what would you like to do to stop it? Perhaps you could assist.
I mean, we have no real interest in getting involved with the local politics.
Are you interested in reward?
I mean, we're interested in
Money?
leaving.
Blight says, yeah.
This is my offer. I will not waste your time any longer. You know of Isaac?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We've heard of him.
Isaac is a problem. He needs to be removed. You do that for me, and I will reward you greatly.
Isaac is the
Got a monster hand.
security
big
guard.
arm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A mighty wanking hand.
What do you say?
Please elaborate on removed.
Yeah, and elaborate on problem.
Causes me a problem, and I need him removed from the picture. I don't care how you do it. I need him gone.
And what's in it for us?
As I said, a reward. I'm true to my word.
But it's a very
I'll give
vague
you
sentiment.
250
The
gold
reward?
for your trouble.
I say gold isn't worth anything to us in this land.
And what it's worth to you, step back, please. Pushes you back.
Oh,
I say information on how to defeat Strad.
Interesting. Why would you say that?
we wish to defeat Strad.
What do you know of Strad?
Many things. We know that he's an undead, a vampire, if you will. He seems to be sucking the life force out of everyone in this area.
And you believe it's him? You believe one man could taint a full land?
Yes.
From everything we've seen thus far.
We saw him in the
Listen.
clouds, lady.
Listen
You
to
know,
me.
that's not normal.
At worst, Strad is a poor caretaker. He brought this land to fruition.
It's horrible. There's
Do
dead
you
kids
know your
everywhere.
history, boy?
Care to
doubt
enlighten
it.
us?
I'm getting real mad at this lady.
This land was once riddled with greed. People fighting over land and farms and people. Strad united it. Yes, there are problems, but they come from the people in power, not Strad.
We seem to unite them against him, if that's anything.
Perhaps, but everyone hates the greater good, right?
I get back up in this lady's face and I say, "Have you ever been anywhere other than this land?"
She walks around the other side of the table and says, "You are in my house, and I have given you my offer. Now, do you accept?"
Solidus, please.
I think you're fucking mental, lady. I think you're a fucking lunatic.
You do not wish to see me angry.
I point at her.
Solidus, please.
With
You-
that, the door
This is our
over
home.
here into the stairs opens, but there's no one there.
Oh,
What?
that's pretty spooky.
You have last
Just
chance.
move your point to that and go, what the fuck is that all about?
And what's that door all
Do you
about?
accept my
I'm sick of this.
offer?
Haven't got time for this
Or
Mickey
not.
Mouse bullshit.
Don't see anyone in the doorway. It just opens on its own accord.
Just opens on its own.
Can I
Ask,
detect? Can I do a divine sense?
Yeah. What do you have to do? Do you have to speak words?
No, it's just the presence of
Spider
strong
sense.
evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears.
Okay.
Ooh.
You sense evil by the door.
Ah, shit.
And I would know if it's celestial, fiend, undead, or anything like that.
Just let me have a look, and I'll tell you what it is. I won't tell you what it is. I'll tell you what category it is. You sense a fiend.
I just sort of tried to catch Solidus' attention and say, Solidus, it's not worth getting worked up for.
Like, I feel like you've all lost your goddamn mind. She's asking us to assassinate some monster arm dude, get involved in their.
We never said, Solidus, I'm not here to hurt innocent people or get on the wrong side of anybody. We're just here to hear what she has to offer, and we'll take it
You've
from
heard
there.
my offer.
I'm pacing.
Now I need an answer.
And I just sort of turn to.
What
the
would
group
you
and I don't make the decisions around here.
what would you do differently if you was in power?
You'll find out if you help me.
You're asking a lot of us on good faith, and well, no disrespect, but we don't know really who you are or what your intentions are. If you could give us more information, we might be more inclined to help you.
No, I feel my time has been wasted.
No, you got
Please leave.
bitch.
She exits the room. He goes up the stairs, and then you see her. At that, the guy who escorted you in comes back through and says, "I believe my lady wishes you to leave." And he sort of points towards the door.
Fucking great. And then as soon as I'm out of shot, I just spit on the floor.
Wow.
Okay. Make a stealth spit check.
Where is my stealth? Stealth's at disadvantage. So it's either 8 or. So it's an 8.
It's an 8. You hard like a. Like people can hear it, but no one does anything.
Excellent.
I guess we leave.
Irina moves through and, "Good day, sir." He sort of laughs at her a bit as she goes out.
Well, that went about as well as expected.
She's mental, and we do not want to put her in any position of power.
Don't worry, Sliders. We was never going to help that bitch.
I suggest we burn her house down now. Is there any? Can anyone make
That-
any kin?
Might be a bit extreme.
Oh,
Classic Solidus. Okay, so after your talk, you head back to the inn. At this point, the hour's getting late. The dusk is beginning to settle in. The skies are turning from grey to a slightly darker grey, and the mists are beginning to fill the street.
Did
When
he
you
say the
return, there are-
festival's tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay.
at noon.
Okay.
There are a few commoners in the inn when you come back, rejoicing in the fact that the wine has returned. Spirits seem high, and Erwin is manning the bar.
Is there anyone else in the bar?
There's you guys, and then just common folk. Nothing. No one who really stands out.
Any Vistani?
A few couples, a few men. No Vistani.
No Rictavia.
No Rictavia.
something tells me he's going to find us on the road. So,
I just speak to Erwin. Well, we met that Fiona.
And how did it go?
Well as
You're in
you,
one piece.
I just look at my shoes.
as well
like,
as you were suggested it would go. So her and
What did
Solidus got on really well
she-
actually, but the rest of us,
Bruce, what did she want?
well, it's like you said. She wants to run this place. She wanted us to get rid of Ismark.
I have
Isaac.
some very strong
Isaac,
feelings about that as well.
yeah, she really just wants.
I believe the words removed and problem were thrown around.
And I do air quotes murder. Might be thrown around as well.
He seems
Implied.
thoughts seem to be going through his head as you're telling him this information.
She's one twisted old lady.
I presume you said no?
Of course we said no.
I spat on her floor like an absolute hero.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
You were not like the others.
I mean, Isaac isn't a particularly pleasant person, but I'm assuming he's the one thing that's keeping her from overthrowing
I
the
think we
Burgomaster.
need.
Perhaps.
Look,
but
I'm going to
we
say
should
this.
yeah.
Say this to the barman, and I'll say this to the group. I was like, what would happen if we went to Burgermeister and told him of her plot to kill Isaac? Let's stir the pot a little bit. Let's, get these guys. Just one of them will deal with the other, and we can keep our hands clean.
Has the Burgomaster? We've heard of this woman before, but I can't remember how it came up in conversation. Has he brought her up? Who's brought her up before? Can we remember?
One of the thingies, Owen's sons, when you were at the table,
Okay.
came over and discussed that the Wachter family and the Vargas family hate each other, and
Okay.
that sort of thing. It was just a child's rumor.
Well,
Let's
Solidus, I don't disagree. I mean, it's information we can use to our advantage if we need it.
Owen puts his hand on your shoulder, Solidus, and he says, my friend, you've just got back in the good books with Vargas. he may see it as good, but he's a man of short temper and he's quick to change his mind.
He will bloody love us for dobbing in that old lady. He will.
I do
I'm
not know.
confident. You might know him.
Let me play
Yeah.
devil's advocate.
Oh,
You went
please.
to meet with her. What if he gets paranoid and presumes that you're working for her?
Oh, that's like some 4D chess.
That's a good
Listen,
And,
point.
friend.
and Solidus's brain can just not compute any of this. So it's just like,
Solidus, look at it this way. We've done it now. We know where she stands. It's information. It's that we have, and if it comes up or the time's right, or if we need that information, we can use it. But for now, let's not dwell too much on it.
all right, sit on it, sit back down.
Have a drink.
Yes, please. And Danica will bring you some food, but it may take a while. She's busy. So you settle down at one of the tables, and after a short while, Danica does bring some food out. You notice it's more just basics tonight. It seems that her focus is elsewhere, preparing for the festival. You get your common breads and cheeses, but no meat platters or anything like that.
Oh,
Erwin informs you that you can use the rooms above the inn again for as long as you need. So
should we hit the hay?
I guess so.
If you're not going to let me start a civil war, and you're not going to let me burn down an old woman's house, I
then
got
what am I
nothing
good
for
for?
you.
Go to bed.
Fuck this. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I don't suppose there's anything else we want or need to do until the festival.
I ain't got any flipping pie.
Irina's gonna cast calm emotions on Solidus.
Okay.
Bitch.
She just puts her hand on him, and she just says, "Don't worry, Solidus. Everything's gonna work out okay. We've got a good group of friends here, and we're gonna get through this together."
You
That's
feel
it.
like a warm Horlicks running through your body, and
Oh,
He has
He's
to. He has to make a
Sleep.
charisma saving
does
throw.
he?
all right. 14.
Uh,
Oh shit! What's her spell DC?
14.
Meets it, beats
So
it.
does he save then?
Yeah.
It doesn't have any
You
effect.
feel just as angry.
You should do that thing like he does in Terminator 2, where he grabs his hand, cracks his fingers. You
Ow!
forgot to say please,
Solidus!
and then send it over the bar into the mirror.
I just very passively aggressively say thank you for that, Irina, but I just need to go smash my pillow in.
Wow. Okay. Is that what we call
Okay.
it now?
Yeah, I'm smashing the pillow in.
So slowly, the patrons of the bar merrily leave. Spirits are high. The festival is tomorrow, which people don't seem too fussed about, but the wine's back, and that's the main thing. So, you head up to bed.
Yeah.
Any last minute things you want to do before night? We're all good.
I'm pretty good. You guys good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can I just grab a drink
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
we'll
have
do wheeze
a quick wee?
and drink breaks.
Cheers.
Drink break. You know it's bad when you get out of breath. Just going for a wee.
Lockdown breathing.
Lockdown.
Lockdown cardio.
What's the exciting part? The weeing.
I think it's just getting up and out of the chair.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
This is like
The
the year
weeing
where
was
we've
the
all
easy part.
sat for the most. Like my steps on my step counter on the iPhone are just like 0.
We've got
It's
to
like
negative.
you've done less steps than last year.
What's worse is like at the dinner table, everyone's got like fit watches on. They'll go, "Oh, how many steps have you done today?" And it's like, if it's under 1,000, I just don't even say it.
Yeah, you're just like mine's broken.
It's like one step. One step, 8 calories burned.
My steps the last few months have been insane.
Oh yeah, you're posty, aren't you? So
Mm.
I'm literally doing
Steps
like
have you done today?
today's not been great because I've not done anything today. I've done 8,000 today,
Pretty good.
fuck it hell.
but my
Those are
Struggling to
those are
break
rookie
through.
numbers, son. You want to get those numbers?
like my not on a like when I'm working, my steps are 25,000.
Really?
It's just
Whoa.
fucking. I'm doing like 10, between 10 and 15 miles every fucking day. Boring.
I did the most I think I most ever done was like 47,000 steps,
Wow.
and that was because I played 3 hours of football.
Holy
Nice.
shit. That's mental.
Afterwards, I was just like, legs stitched, walking like I like had legs attached to me.
Blood and
It was fucking
splints.
horrible. New legs, learning to walk again.
Oh dear. Okay. So
I just realised when we was in that house, Irina could have cast Zone of Truth.
Oh.
Try to get some more truth out of that woman, but I didn't do it.
Go back the next day.
it's probably quite rude to cast spells in people's house as
I
well.
don't think that she knows.
You can say if it's verbal, then she has to say something. Or
Yeah,
speak
actually,
something.
that's true. It would be verbal.
So she'd be just muttering in the corner, and she'd be like, "What's up?"
Excuse me, young girl over there. What are you doing?
Hammered
I
my
mean-
head.
Should we talk about that fiend that was in the?
Yeah, that was a
in
bit
the door?
odd.
She's got a fiend on command.
You can discuss it before bed if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I told the guys that
Yeah.
there were the door open because there was a fiend stood there. That's not a good thing.
I put my hand up and I say, "What is a fiend?"
A fiend is something. Actually, I'm not even going to pretend. I do kind of know what it is, but I'm gonna, because Bruce, given his
D&D
character,
BR.
would know this.
Yeah.
He would know the dictionary definition.
It's evil. That's what
I
we
mean,
need to
it's
know.
it's evil. A fiend is an evil creature from one of the fiendish planes, so it's not even of our plane of existence. They're
gee.
not just evil, but born of evil.
Gee.
They are the essence of evil.
It's the baddest bads.
Imagine something
that's-
evil and then multiply it by
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, they could be so many things. So they could be like demons, devils, anything like that.
I think that's the first time your spell's ever picked anything up, Bruce.
Yeah.
Invisible.
I think it is, yeah.
Use it at least twice a session.
And I just never find anything.
Finally.
Well, you get a iffy presence, but that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, nice one,
yeah.
DM.
That's South Park when I got a clue.
And the raging clear. We just found we found the fiend that likes to open doors at very
Yeah.
tense moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing. There's no like, oh well, it might be a nice fiend. Like no,
Yeah.
it's just everything about that is reeks of evil. So
Well,
it's not good.
she definitely shouldn't be in power then.
I mean, look at her token. All you had to do was look at her face, and you could say
You
when
can
she was
always
just
tell. You can always tell
yeah.
if the token's bad.
He just looked evil. I don't even have design sense, but I picked up that. I tingled that.
Okay, so you turn in for the evening after discussing your meeting with Lady Wachter, and the night is uneventful. Callan, you meditate and then spend your time possibly thinking about your hometown and with your meeting with the elf.
Made up some shit, man.
Yeah, you move to the window. Early morning, the sun's just breaking over,
Who's chopping
and
onions?
you hear
Who's
you hear
making
the
pizza?
sound of a cart being loaded, and it's loud enough that it eventually wakes everyone up. And as you look out the small window from your room, you see Erwin and Adrian packing a cart from the winery with large barrels of wine. They look like the smaller ones that he decanted it into. And it also looks to be a series of poles and fabric. Erwin looks up, sees you in the window, and gives you a friendly wave. The sky is its normal, overcast. However, the clouds look more grey today, and sense a chance of rain. You
Oh,
wash,
lovely.
have breakfast, having enjoyed the luxury of your first warm room in a few days, soft bed. So you are served breakfast by Danica before she hits the road. It's just a simple porridge mix, nothing too extravagant. Again, you can tell that she's rushing to get everything ready. There is a sense of busyness about the place
Are
from
you
the
are you involved in the festival at all, Danica?
Yes, I've been cooking essentially all night. We bring the wine, and we also bring some sort of snacks to make some money on the side.
Great.
Would you like to try one?
I'd love to.
One second, and she moves back into the kitchen, and she brings back it's like almost like a small pastry twist. So it's a simple pastry that's been twisted, but on top is small crystals of salt, and as you bite into it, it's like almost the equivalent of what our crisp would be, a salty pastry snack, which you can tell goes well with the wine.
Well, that's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. It helps bring a bit of extra money in when
Sure.
we're there. So anyway, I best get on. I need to help Erwin with the cart. So
Okay.
uh, see you later.
See you later.
And as she's discussing and going back to the kitchen, you guys notice that Blight has mixed a handful of the grave dirt into the porridge before eating it.
Brother, that's disgusting.
I have to have it some way, brother.
Yeah.
So is there anything you wish to do before the festival, or do you just wish to lounge and drink and relax? Sharpen your weapons, clean your armor.
Yeah. Bruce uncharacteristically is quite relaxed, and although we're in a shitty place and everything's not great, he's looking forward to a day of not having to worry of any evil, and he's hoping that the festival is as good as he hopes, and he's kind of letting his guard down a bit. He doesn't
Cool.
seem as tense as he usually is.
Cool.
Yeah,
So you spend the morning restocking your gear, preparing your packs and stuff like that after your travels, cleaning yourself. Some of you bathe in the sinks. Anyway.
Quick wank.
Yeah, you did a business. Irina disappears for 30 minutes and then comes back.
Winks at Callan.
It does this. Too far. All right. So
That's why you
So
need a webcam, Solidus.
I've been thinking about getting one.
You need to do it.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm missing out.
Well,
so around noon,
see your face.
Johnny, I find it hard, Johnny technology over there. Doesn't have a webcam.
3D print it though. Legend.
Yeah.
Print one.
Yeah, he's got everything. He's got a dialysis machine, everything, but he doesn't have a bloody webcam.
So
All
noon
that
comes
music.
around, and you
Festival.
you come out the front of the inn, preparing to head to the square where Erwin has told you where the festival will be. This is the square where you came in previously, and you saw the donkey-headed prisoners and the small fountain and stuff like that. So as you step out of the inn, you see a small group of people coming down the road. The skies by this time have darkened, and large clouds look ominous and threatening. A parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudge through the muddy streets, leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster and his smiling wife, who hold sad bouquets of wilting flowers, follow the procession on horseback. Weary spectators watch from their stoops, and the ball is borne to the town square. There it's hoisted and hung from a 15-foot wooden scaffolding.
So people don't look happy.
No, so it's an odd experience for you. It's a festival, they're in procession, they're dressed up. However, people just generally look depressed.
Okay.
Some are forcing smiles. The burgomaster and his wife do look happy.
Bruce is very dejected.
Yeah. It's not what I thought it was going to be, Mom. So,
Some festival.
what are you doing with Jeff?
I'm gonna leave Jeff inside the tavern.
Okay, and Bone Claw?
Don't need Jeff. Just follow me around like a bad smell.
Bone Claws just snapped out of existence for now.
Okay, cool. So, I'll let you place yourself in a second. So, the square, although decorated, looks dismal under the grey sky. The fountain trickles water as a group of ragged children drink from it and splash each other. In front of the scaffolding holding the wicker ball is a small raised seating area, and you see the burgomaster and his wife dismount and take seats in the plush chair on the top. Below them, you see Lady Wachter, who you recognise from yesterday, and you see two men underneath her who appear to be related, you presume, with their age, that are her sons. Sat on the other side, below the Baroness, you see oddly dressed women who you'd seen in her dining room on your first visit to the mansion. They look dressed up, however, they clearly have little money. The expression mutton dressed as lamb would spring to mind. Around the edge of the square, 4 tents have been erected. The first, a large red one, houses Erwin, and you see him inside with the barrels of wine and his wife, and Adrian. He's one of the few people in the square to be smiling. His tent has a makeshift bar, and next to him, just along the way, you see a small tent serving food. A travelling oven is lit and the smoke drifts up into the sky. On the far side of the square, you see a long wooden sign hung above the long rectagonal tent thingy, and it says Blinksky Games. And finally, there's an octagonal tent that sits near the fountain, and through its open sides, you see rows of gowns of many colours. The square's filled with people, and you remember that attendance is compulsory. The people see around you do not seem like normal festival goers. Their faces are sullen and their smiles are forced. Most linger around the wine tent, talking in small groups or dotted around the courtyard. So the map that you're looking at, there would be more people if you imagine each thingy is like a group of people. So what do you wish to do?
I want to head to Blinks's Games.
Yeah. What's the burgomaster doing? Is he just sort of sat there?
Yeah, the the burgomaster, the baron, and the lady, they're chatting with some of the people on the bench and sort of, they just seem to be relaxing into the setting.
And that Fiona's obviously there as well, and they're
She's
not.
sat just down, yeah.
What's she doing?
She's sat just looking around the scene, surveying it.
Does she notice us?
She sees you across the courtyard, yeah, but she doesn't give you any signal that she cares.
Okay.
Also, guard-wise, you see that there are guards dotted around, the normal city guards that you've seen, but you also see that the guard around the scaffolding next to the lit brazier and around like the stage seating area, they seem to be the more, if you remember, they were guards who looked more impressive, better armor, better weapons, that sort of thing. So they seem to be the elite.
Is Isaac around?
Yes, he is. He's sat just down from the Baron and the lady.
Well, Solidus, I see you eyeing up the games tent.
Can I go? Can I go?
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah. As I'm running, I push
As
one
you
of the
walk
kids to the
across,
car.
just make a perception check.
All of us.
You can make a group one if you want. Just do it, and I'll take an average, or you can do it with advantage.
I rolled a 2. I'm so
I rolled a
excited.
12. Blight rolled a 8.
I got 22.
Nice,
Oh,
thank
shit.
God.
22, 12, and 8. Okay.
Irina.
Callan, you probably noticed this out of the group. Oh yeah.
10.
10. Callan, you're the one person who notices as the others move towards the Blinsky Games tent. As Irina comes past the scaffold and comes into the sight of Isaac, his expression changes into an odd glare, and his eyes lock onto her, and he follows her all the way across until he gets to the tent.
Oh shit, he's never seen him.
He's not seen her before, no. He's the one with the creepy dolls. From his dreams, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm guessing if he's locked onto her and not paying attention to anything else, he's not aware of my
No, he doesn't
location.
to be looking at you
Right. Okay.
as a group. He's just looking directly at her.
Okay. I will stay with him, keep him in my sight, and watch him, see what he does.
He's easy to see because he is sat.
Yeah.
He's like raised.
Hasn't he got that weird wanky arm?
Yeah,
He's got that
the
weird.
Yeah. Like I imagine, like Quagmire, when he comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on him.
Okay.
Because I don't trust him.
Cool. So you head across to Blinsky Games, and I presume you want to go in.
Yeah.
You don't see many people around the tents, by the way. The main tent that people are going to is the wine tent. The others, barely any custom. So, this tent is the only one in the square that doesn't have its sides open. So as you pull back the entrance flap, you struggle to see as there's no light inside. After a short time, the flap closes behind you and your eyes begin to adjust. Small tears in the roof canvas let just enough light in for you to see Blinsky, sat on a stool near a low fence. On his shoulder is the small monkey Piccolo. The fence makes a barrier between the entrance and a short space where 4 dolls' heads have been balanced on stakes. As you enter, Blinsky greets you. Welcome, friends, to the tent of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at a bargain price. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little games for girl or boy. Oh, it is you, my
Hello.
friends.
It's us again.
Oh, would you like to play?
I
It's simple.
think our friend Solidus here would love to play.
Yes,
Sure.
the big baby. But you do not look like a baby today. How is your
true.
toy?
It is fantastic. I'm waiting for the right time to bust it out.
Yes,
I
it's
nearly
a special toy.
I nearly busted it out last night, if I'm honest.
It is
when
good
I-
to
when-
bust
when-
it out on a night.
Exactly. When I met a lovely lady who I thought would enjoy it. If I
Are we
gave,
talking about the toy? Or
Ah!
Listen, big baby, you want to play this game?
I do.
It's just 3 copper pieces for 3 balls, and you knock 2 of my pretty faces off to win a prize.
Give that a go.
Okay. And he holds his hand out for the money. You give him it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got change for a gold?
No.
You can
Right.
split. So a gold is 10 silver, and 10 silver is.
If he's changed it,
I'll just give him a gold.
10 silver is 10 copper each, so 100 copper, I think.
Jesus. Let's
Yeah.
give him. I've got loads of gold. I'm not that fussed. I give him a gold.
Okay.
And I say,
Fucking hell.
He takes the gold, pockets it, laughing.
I want a lot of throws.
You can have 6 balls.
Oh, that's bad maths, but okay.
And he takes the 3 balls because he only has 3, so he gives you them and says, "Oh, you'll have another go."
Okay.
So I need you to make a dexterity check.
Oh, the first one's
So
a
if you
5.
Okay. So that flies wild and just bounces off the back of the tent. Again.
15.
Ah, yes, big baby. And this one just goes and it hits into the doll head, which cracks part of its cheek, but it falls off the stake. Well done, you did it. Just one more.
17.
Yes, big baby, you did it.
Yeah.
And the ball smashes another one off and it falls to the ground. Well done, well done.
Excellent.
So, as you've thrown your 3 balls, the monkey piccolo runs down and picks the balls up and brings them back, and then slowly picks up the heads and balances them back on the top of the stakes. But you have 3 more goes. Try again.
Bloody will, sir. 16.
Yes, you have such a good arm, big baby.
8.
Oh, not so good this time.
It's all on this one. I give it a little kiss. I wind
Yes,
it
for
up
luck.
like a baseball player. Oh! It's a 5.
Oh dear, not this time, my friend.
Almost
But you
6.
did win a prize.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to go?
Do you guys want to try this out?
I'd love to have a go.
Anyone with some good decks, maybe?
Come, shiny man.
I'm incredibly dexterous.
Oh,
Just 3 copper.
What a weird thing to say.
that's a weird flex.
Yeah, give me the balls. I am incredibly dexterous.
Give him 3 copper.
Okay.
Or is it
This
a
time he tilts his head at you like, no gold. But he gives you the 3 balls. So yeah, just a dexterity check.
First one is a 17.
Yes, Tin Man, you've done well.
Next one is a 13.
Not so good this time, my friend.
Ah.
Try again. One more to win.
14.
I am sorry. You're not as good as the big baby.
I'm not as good as the big baby, unfortunately.
Piccolo runs down, picks up the heads, and picks up the ball. How about you, tiny man? And he points to Blight.
Yeah, I'd love a go. And he just
Come.
pushes past all confident.
The money?
Bruce gives him 3 copper
Oh, thank you.
because I haven't got access to his money. And
Oh, good luck.
he has
See if
plus
he beats the
3 on
baby.
dexterity. First one is 20.
Yes! And this one actually goes and it almost shatters the head. Like, he throws it straight and true, just confident. Very well done! And Blinks's like, the more you're hitting him, the more he's getting excited. And he's like hopping on the bar stool.
The second
Again.
one, natural 1, so 4.
This time, his cockiness goes and it hits the pole in front and just bounces back. Although the head wobbles on top for a second, it just stays in place. This
Last-
time, my friend, you can do it.
13. You peaked too
Perhaps
soon.
One more ball for you. You did so well on the first one. And he
What?
passes him another ball.
Oh, thank you. Natural 20.
Yes, a prize for my friend. And this time it actually smashes like the
Yes.
head into pieces. You did it, my friends. Listen, you all deserve prizes. You have played so well. Please, please. And he jumps off the stool and goes to a small basket. And inside, he opens a small packet, and he presents you with these small pastries that are like sugar topped on top, like almost they'd fit in the size of your palm, like a macaroon. And they've got like a layer of sugar on top. Here, one for everybody because you did so well,
Well,
and two
thank
for
you.
you, big baby.
Yeah.
What are these? Bruce
These are
asks.
pies. They're delicious. Here, I will try one. And he picks one out the thingy and sweet, delicious.
It's not dream pie, is it?
I
What
immediately eat
is
one without
dream
question.
pie.
No, I'm asking like the DM, like, do I recognize it as dream? Does it smell the same? Does it look the same?
Make a survival check.
Oh fuck.
I've already started eating one before he's done this.
Okay. They are delicious and
12.
sweet. You can't tell.
Mmm. Delicious.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a, like a mince pie. When you eat it, Solidus, it's like a sweet, seems of fruit and like a mince meat, and it is delicious.
How is it,
Yeah.
Solidus?
It's delicious. You guys should eat yours.
Does it taste
Eat.
familiar?
It tastes delicious. Does it taste familiar?
The other pies you were getting were a meat pie, so it doesn't taste
That's
like
true,
that.
yeah. No, it's a totally new, like a fruity, spicy flavor.
I say thank you, and this will go great with the wine, and
Sure, I'm gonna save my
pocket it.
Well, if you want to come back anytime, I'll be here all day.
I didn't get one today.
Bliksky Games. Yeah, everyone's
You
got
gave
one.
one
He's
to
handing
everyone.
everyone out to everyone
Okay.
because everyone won. So
I'll give mine to Solidus. You can have that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Blight's gonna eat
Irina
his.
yeah, Blight eats his, and Irina needs to make a survival check.
Irina.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, she's got +3 to survival. 16.
She looks at it and she passes it.
Recall.
Do you not want it, Irina?
Bruce, can I talk to you?
Yeah, sure. Have I just killed my brother?
She pulls you to a side and she's like, I don't think we should eat these, Bruce.
Why?
I have a bad feeling. Blinksky? Yes? Did you make these pies? No, Blinksky can't make pies. Blinksky makes toys. Then where did you get them? A lovely lady came to me and said, do you need a prize for your game? And Blinksky said, yes, because I could make toys for my game, but most people have Blinksky toys. So she gave me the pies.
Brilliant.
Right. Solidus and Blight. This pie has a bit of a delay on it, but after a short while, you get a familiar wash of calm and just a sweet sense of
Light on these now.
success. And you
Sorry,
recognize Solidus, you recognize the taste of dream pie.
Yeah. Just...
So,
Fucking knew it.
Bon,
So I've got Callan. Callan gave me his.
Blight,
I've got another one left.
are on dream pie. I'd say contested dexterity check between Blight and Solidus, because Blight, realizing that they're dream pies, knows that he has to have a supply of them. So he's going to try and snatch some out of your hands.
Jesus.
Wow.
what am I rolling for this?
Blight's dexterity is +3 in it.
Oh, it's a dex.
It is, yeah.
He got 8.
I got 9.
Oh, dude. So,
That's probably a good thing as far as
as
Blight's
Blight
concerned.
tries to snatch him out your hand, you manage to, your huge arms just engulf him and he can't get close. So
I bark at him like a.
I'm just gonna.
you have one each. So Solidus, you can take Bruce's, Callan's, and Irina's. So you
I-
have 3
I
small.
just sort of step in front of Blight and say, Blight, you really don't want this. You know what happens.
I'm disgusted with myself, brother. I'm gonna fall for this stupid trick.
It happens to the best of us. I used to be addicted to heroin.
Didn't we all?
Ah, those were the days after Mother passed. Good times shooting up
We've gone through
together.
some rough times, brother, but never have I eaten a child.
Yet. Never say never.
So
It's
you
dead.
decide perhaps
Yeah, he eats dead people.
Blinsky's game isn't the best.
Thanks for your time, Blinksky. It was interesting as always.
Thank you.
This whole time that we've been over here doing this game, has Isaac changed his expression at all?
He's he watched you go into the tent because you've been inside the tent, so he couldn't see you. As you come out, he doesn't look away. He doesn't look around straight away. He is still on duty.
What's this tent here? It had like garments and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
so this is open, and inside are like coloured robes.
I'm gonna head
And you
over.
see almost like a market stall. Okay, so as you get a bit closer, you see a small hand-painted sign that's ornately painted with roses around the outside, and then in scroll writing it says "The Beast's Rose." Inside, walking around the central like turntable is like a monster of a man. He's huge, but he is human. He's almost the size of Solidus, which is impressive. He stands nearly 7 feet tall, and he has a hefty bulk. He has one of those
A hefty
resting-
what?
hefty bulk to him.
Okay.
He's built. He's got one of those resting caveman faces, so he looks quite scary. However, you see him with the other person who's there, which is a short, petite, beautiful woman who is shyly moving around the clothes and organizing them. And you see his nature towards her is very gentle. And as you approach the tent, he calls over, "Hello. Have
Good
you come to
day.
the Beast Rose?"
We have. We're new to town.
Yes, I haven't seen you in these parts.
This is our first festival.
Ah, and your thoughts?
I mean,
All will be
it's
well.
all will be well. Yes. Seems pleasant thus far.
Can I interest you in any of my wares?
What do you have on offer?
So you look through and you see robes of multiple colours. You see like thick travelers' cloaks with wolf furs around the top. There's some fine like linen shirts, and even at like around the top of all the clothes are like costume masks. So like brightly painted, some with hook noses, some with just like a plain expression.
I want.
then-
No, go on.
On a ledge around the bottom, there are some small vials of multiple different colours in like what looks like ornate glass.
I want to pick out the most extravagant mask and the most extravagant cloak.
You're a fan of fashion. Well, perhaps this one. And he pulls down a hooked bill mask, so similar to the ones you'd see in Venice. It's a white, what looks to be porcelain, and around the outside is a gold beading of thread that comes all the way down the nose. Inside the gold is a red crisscross, which glints in the light coming from the surrounding area. Perhaps this one would suit you, sir?
That looks incredible. I
And
will wear it with pride.
may I say it would go with this? And he pulls from one of the racks a long traveller's cloak. The wolf hair around the top is a grey, sort of white fleckled, and it goes all the way around the hood. And then the cloak itself is it's like a thick wool. It looks really warm and comforting, and it's of almost like a dark maroon colour.
I try them both on and then shout over to Solidus. Solidus! Solidus! Look at me! What do you think?
I come running over.
The cloak, sir, is a 2 gold piece, and The mask is made by my wife, and 5 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
Thank you, sir. That's 7 total then.
And what are these vials down here?
These my wife can explain better than me, and because these are perfumes we have crafted from the herbs of the forest. Do you care to smell any?
Oh, I'd love
Do you
to.
have a preference? Are you more a sweet or a musk?
Musk.
Perhaps this one. And she picks up a small. This one's like an octagonal glass bottle, and it's got a little metal lid on top, and the substance inside is like a dark green. And as you smell it, you get hints of like pine needles, as well as there's like a thick scent to it, which smells almost like fruity smoke.
Well, how about this? If I purchase these wares, you just give me a bit of a spritz with that perfume there.
Yes, we could do, yes. Since you're spending so much, yes.
Thank you. I'll let
So
him
you hand over 7 gold,
spray me.
put on the cloak and the mask, and she just does one. Well, it doesn't have a spray on it. It's like a little dab. So she puts a small bit
Okay.
onto her fingers and dabs it onto your, like the collar of your cloak.
How do I smell, Solidus?
Oh, absolutely delicious. I really lean into his neck, just give him I sort of trail my nose along like his neck. It's like
Oh, Solidus.
lightly tickle him.
Ooh, it's one of those days, isn't it?
Oh, this is a great day, a great day.
The man in the counter begins to laugh. A man of good taste, I see.
Oh yes. I just like skip out of the tent.
We skip out arm in arm.
Okay. Anywhere else you wish to visit?
Where else is there to visit? There's
There's Erwin's wine tent and the small food
well,
tent.
I suggest some drinks are in order. And shout over
Hooray.
to Callan and Blight and Arena. Come on, let's get pissed. It's a day
So you
for
head to the wine
celebration.
tent, and Erwin
In my massive fucking mask and cloak.
Looking like Prince.
Yeah.
You do see, so behind the Beast Rose tent, there are 2 people still in the stocks with the donkey masks on, and there's one guard next to him. Also, Callan, because you're keeping an eye on Isaac, you see his eyes every now and again just drift over to the party, focus on Irina.
As we sort of head that way, then can I just sort of pass by the stockades
Mhm.
and just say to the guard,
Good
what
day
are,
to you.
what are these 2 in for then?
Just the usual non-attendance to the festival. They were
They-
trying to leave yesterday.
Look like they're here.
Yeah, well, obligatory, isn't it?
Yeah. Why would you want to leave? I say to the 2 people.
Yeah, you
You
losers.
just hear it from inside the heads, and they sort of.
Help.
And at that, the guard picks the end of his spear and just bashes him in the back.
Oh.
Shut it!
Bruce is like really uneasy with the situation, but he's trying his best to like fit in and enjoy the day.
Oh,
Hey.
peer pressure.
Take Irina to one side and ask her, has she actually ever met Isaac?
She's no. As I said before, Callan, I've never seen him. I don't know why he would know me.
Okay. And then I'm going to say to her, like,
Why?
since we got here, he hasn't been able to take his eyes off you. And then give her a little sly look, like, not point him out, but
And then you say,
like, head nod in the direction of where
neither
you.
and neither have I,
Good.
and then move in for a kiss.
I say, you can't miss him. He's the one with the funky arm.
I suggest you stay alert,
Funky.
Callan. Fear for my safety again.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on him.
Thank you. If it goes wrong, we will leave, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps we should get Just a small drink. Calm the nerves.
Drink,
So
drink.
Okay.
you head across to Owen's tent, and you push past. There is a few. Most of the people at the festival are either here or talking, and you, as you stand behind, Owen pushes some of them out the way. To the heroes who brought back the wine. And some of the crowd around look, and you see a genuine smile on their faces, and they raise their glass to you, and he pours a tankard for each person and hands it over. Free of charge, of course.
Well, I hand him a gold piece and say, we can't
Bruce.
take from you all the time. Here you go.
I appreciate that.
In
And
my
as you
mask.
hand over the gold, please. He does. He likes your tie.
What do you think? What do you think, Owen? Do I look like
I'm
a
a twirl.
true Valakian?
I think it suits you,
Thank you.
to be honest. And as he says this, a horn blows, which comes from at the stands. The horn signals the next part of the ceremony, and you see the people begin to move from the stalls and gather around the center.
I use the distraction of the horn to throw the wine on the
Okay.
floor.
So people begin to gather around the middle. And I presume you'll go from the tent side?
Yeah, sure.
I'll move the
Sort of
bar.
crowd around here.
So, people gather around the wooden scaffold, and the townsfolk take turns in splashing small vials of oil. The Baron stands up from his chair and calls for quiet. And he begins. Welcome, one and all, to the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Soon, I will light the wicker ball, and this will show the Morning Lord we are true to him, and we have faith.
Yeah.
Our town has been a recent target of darkness. However, all will be well.
All will be well.
Someone must not be trying hard enough, so now we must focus. We will festival each week to ensure we are happy, because as you know, darkness cannot and will not pierce the light. All will be well.
All will be well.
Happiness.
And there's a small... The commoners begin to crowd around, and there's a small chanting in the crowd. He makes his way down the stairs and picks up a torch from the guard at the brazier. He lights it and begins to climb the scaffold steps to light the wicker ball. So, he puts the torch to the ball and looks out the crowd with a smile. Before the wicker sun can be set ablaze, the sky tears open in a sudden downpour. All will be well, cries the burgomaster as he brandishes the spluttering torch and pushes it against the sphere. In desperation, he thrushes the torch into the ball, and it goes out with a small A single laughter erupts from the crowd. Who was that? I demand to know. Bring him to me. The crowd look around in shock, unsure where this came from, and then a few of them move out the way to reveal the guard at the brazier with a smirk on his face. The burgomaster immediately sets eyes on him. Arrest that guard! Some of the others who are around the stand move forward and begin to push him to his knees and hold his hands behind. Listen to me. This one mocks the Morning Lord. It is he who brought the Dark Lord here. He must be punished. Flay him. And as the guards begin to strip this guy of the armor and begin to take off his undershirt, one of them pulls out what looks like the back of his spear, like a cloche. At this point, Callan, because you've been observing the stand, you notice that Lady Wachter whispers something to her sons, who gets up and begins to move through the crowd. As the guard is stripped, Lady Wachter stands and begins to speak. You have failed these people, Vargas, for the last time, and now you arrest one of your own for your mistake. The people have had enough. At that, you notice that the guards in the crowd next to you, one of the commoners, pulls out a scimitar from under their coat, puts it around the guard's throat, and immediately just slices. Blood spurts out.
Oh shit!
and
Which
actually
which
covers
guard?
Solidus.
Which
It's
So
guard?
this one near Solidus.
Ah, shit!
Imagine there's crowds around, there's people, there's guards and the people. This commoner just pulls out a sword and goes to his throat, blood spurts out, and at that, chaos erupts. People in the crowd are grabbing each other and pulling each other down. You see there seems to be some with weapons and some with not, some are common folks. Screams echo around the courtyard as people realise what's going on. The Baron calls for aid. Protect me! Protect me! At this, the guards who are around Isaac immediately moves down the scaffold and runs through the crowd, pushing people out the way, left, right, and centre. The guards who were on the stairs move forward. Lady Wachter immediately draws a mace and bludgeons one from the top of the stand into one of the guards' head. The noble Lady Petrovna just looks around in shock, startled at what's going on. What do you do?
Shit.
Look at Irina and say it's not safe anymore. We need
need
to
to
get
go.
out of here.
Callan, we need to go. At that, you see above the crowd something flies, a small bottle of flame. It smashes into the food tent and immediately bursts. Flames burst into the food tent and the canvas just goes straight up. Through the rain, you now see smoke coming across as screams begin to build around you. It's complete chaos. You can't see what's happening at all.
I need guidance, Chief. I need guidance.
The pies! The pies!
Bruce is going to do divine sense.
Okay.
He's looking for a
What
fiend.
will it
Yeah.
show?
It shows like before. It can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60
You
feet.
see a fiend with Lady Wachter, and it seems to be going through the crowd.
God.
You hear screams from that direction.
Is it heading
The two
towards
sons have
somebody?
now
Or?
drawn weapons. Just as general, so you've imagined all this body's
Yeah.
crowd. It's heading towards the Baron.
I turn to the guys and say that invisible fiend is here also. It's not safe.
What do
We attempt to save the Baron or
we get stuck in?
leave him.
As all you can see now is the Baron and Isaac are on the scaffold, which flames have now begun to erupt around it. The crowds are falling back and then pushing forward as people from the outside are pushing them back in. Guards are in dismay, just trying to fight to save their own lives. And you see Lady Wachter moving through the crowd, almost like directly past you. You see this wake as the sons are cutting people down left and right, and she's moving towards the Baron.
I'm gonna turn to the guys and say, the Baron might be a cunt, but she seems a lot worse than him. We should help
this
him.
point-
She's cunterer.
She's aimed by the devil. She's
Adrian
definitely the West.
puts his hand on your shoulder, Bruce. He pushes through the crowd who are in front of the wine and he says, "Come, we need to go. This is not our fight."
But we need to help the people.
No, Bruce. We need to go. Now. It's our only option.
But if she wins, I really pissed her off.
Listen,
Yeah.
look who is with you. We need to keep her safe. And he points to Irina.
Hey, can you take somewhere safe and we'll stay?
I'll need help. I need to get the cart. We need to move. We can't leave the wine.
Right.
Hurry.
John, do you want to go with Do you want to go save the day? I got a feeling in my toes that Strad's going to come down in a minute.
Yeah, I've got a real bad feeling about this situation, but I'm.
By this point, a couple more of the tents have begun to burn. Houses, the wooden structure at the front, this one here, where the tent burnt, is started to eat up the front of the house. Smoke's now drifting across and making it hard to see. You see flashes of light, flashes of flame in the smoke.
I'd say to her, Adrian, like, how can we possibly leave these innocent people to get hurt?
It's not our fight, Bruce.
Where do you want to go?
Karesk. It's fortified. We can talk on the way. Are you coming?
Oh, I don't like this.
Ah! Do we notice anything about the clouds? Like, we don't see Strad in them by any chance.
Make a perception check.
Oh.
With disadvantage because it's chaos. You can hardly see the clouds through the smoke.
Well, this ain't gonna go well. I got a 6.
You can barely see the sky anymore. It's just darkness. The smoke's beginning to clog your lungs. The wicker ball's on fire though.
Oh, excellent. Finally.
So, every cloud. At least the festival's still going ahead.
Bodies begin to push into you as the crowd gets moved and tries to run for the exits.
I'm like
I
frantically
think our
looking
main
at all
priority is
of my,
Irina.
I'm like frantically looking at all of my character sheets of the 3 characters I'm controlling here and trying to see if there's anything that can.
So is it this thing here on fire?
Yeah.
So the wicker ball's on fire. This tent on the left is on fire, the food tent. The building behind is on fire.
Is it obscuring our view to the bitch?
Yeah. She's now moved
Irina,
closer.
Irina puts her hand out towards the bitch.
What's the range?
60 feet.
Okay.
And you hear her like mutter some, just sort of like draws pattern in the air, mutter some words, and she attempts to cast calm emotions on her.
Okay. What's the save?
14 charisma.
What charisma? Have a look. No. You see almost like a glint in her eyes, and then she shakes it off and moves forward. They're going up the stairs.
I'm going to try and climb this scaffolding.
Isaac, you see Isaac, his arm ignites into flame, and he steps in front and
That's
slashes at one of the Watka brothers, Watka sons.
Oh shit!
His sword comes up and blocks the arm, but he's clearly pushing back, forcing him down.
Right, so I'm climbing up the scaffolding.
Okay.
And I'm going.
Solidus, I don't know about this.
And I'm going to make my way.
As you climb, one of the commoners grabs your legs, begins to pull you off. Make a
bitch.
strength check.
Hello.
Well, how's like the general people like reacting to this? Like, are people like wanting this to happen, or are they? Because obviously this pandemonium, but
It's 50-50. Some people in the crowd are beginning to start, are some of the killers, and some are beginning to run in panic, and some are pushing through your party.
So I got
Irina begins to get split up.
in that case, I shout Solidus. Solidus, I don't think we're going to win this fight. There's too many people.
Solidus, you managed to kick off the commoner.
Yeah. Say fuck you.
You throw her back down.
I get around Irina with Blight.
Adrian's there as well.
Draw my sword.
This way, hurry!
I see that everyone's leaving me, and I'm like,
Okay.
Just before you leave Solidus, you see Fiona bring her mace up and swing it down towards the Baron, and then you turn and leave.
Does she hit him?
Probably.
Solidus is leaving.
Oh.
Can we not see from where we are?
Make a perception check. You've got the smoke. You've got a ball of fire in the way.
Okay. 12.
You hear a crunch.
Oh.
I'm gonna fire a crossbow bolt at her.
Wow.
What are you doing, Solidus?
Firing a crossbow bolt at her.
You can't get past Isaac.
Isaac, you big-armed idiot.
He's blocking your line of sight.
Yeah. I can't really
The
get.
crowd's pushing.
Okay.
We're backing up. We're backing up. Irina's behind.
Can I make it to the prisoners with the
To the
donkey heads on?
prisoners? Yeah, I'd say with your, because you're quite fast and quite dexterous. Yeah, you'd be able to make it across.
I want to make it to them and just try and break them out of there.
Can Blight? Is
Okay.
Blight strong enough to grab Irina and fly up and away with her?
He can't lift
I think
people.
no, he can't lift people, can he?
Okay.
Because his strength was too weak.
Okay.
I think we assessed
If
that before.
Just checking.
something's going to happen here,
He
then
does
they
bust
don't
his wings
deserve
though,
to.
though, and starts
They
batting
don't
away the
deserve to
crowd with
die.
his wings. Okay. I need to make a. Do you want? You can either pick the lock or you can try and break the lock. The lock's like a rusted padlock that's holding the thing down.
Okay,
Doesn't
I'll
look
try
too hard.
that. What do you want? A strength check or?
Sleight of hand.
That's not too bad. 20.
Yeah. So you manage to pull in one of the arrows from your quiver. The fine head on it, you manage to push into the lock and twist, and it pops off. Immediately, the piece of wood can be lifted.
Yeah. As I do that, I'll take the donkey hats off them.
As you pull off the donkey heads, what you see underneath, there is a man and a woman. Both their eyes are puffed up and bruised from where they've been beaten, and their mouths are gags.
Okay.
They try and look through like their squinted eyes, fall back in shock.
Can I take the things off the mouths?
Yeah.
The gags.
You
And as I'm
quickly
doing
manage
it,
to
I'm
ungag
saying
them.
that I am Callan, I'm a friend. But things have gone south fast here. You need to get out.
As soon as their gags are gone, they run. They literally, the man grabs the woman, picks her up, and begins to drag her away. They run
Wait, I haven't
down.
finished.
He just looks back at you and
Fine.
almost gives you a nod of thanks.
Yeah.
Obviously you're backing us out here. And there's like two people. Are they like
Yeah,
what?
these guards they're in the fray now. They were just there before, so
But
any guard
the two
that
people
was
that you're
around.
moving with us, are they commoners
Oh,
that are
that's
like
the crowd.
aggressive?
So the crowd.
Oh,
No,
it's
the
just
crowd.
a crowd. Okay.
The people that are pushing out are like people panicking and screaming and
There's
trying to push
nobody.
away.
There's nobody like aggressive towards us particularly, is there?
No, all the aggression's focused on
Okay.
the center and on the Baron,
Okay.
keeping the guards away from Lady Wachter, basically.
Right.
You hear the sound of a fireball fly across. Smashes into all the
Hello.
nearby buildings, and parts of it begin to fall onto the red tent. The red tent bursts into
I
flames.
turn to Adrian. Adrian, are your family safe? There's nobody left behind.
We need to run. Trust me.
Let's go.
Move!
Get to the chopper.
And he pushes you into the street. As soon as you get in there, he pulls you down a side road, and he manages to find his way quite quickly down the narrow side streets to the inn. You get to the inn, and he immediately brings you around the back. Sucks you off.
Wow.
No. Immediately brings you around the back to a place where you've never actually been before.
As we're heading out.
Yeah.
As we're heading back, Blight just snaps his fingers and Boneclaw appears, and he says to Boneclaw, "Boneclaw, just circle the square, and report back. Come back, join us in 20 minutes. Keep a check and report back what you see."
I don't think Boneclaw can report back.
Well, they have like a telepathic
You have
connection.
to look through Boneclaw's eyes, don't they? Or can they? They can communicate. Yeah, okay.
They
All right, fair
communicate
enough.
sort of telepathically, like he knows.
He knows what he's seen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, alright. He leaves Boneclaw up there, and he notices that there are ravens on the rooftops as well, currently just flying from rooftop to rooftop to try and avoid the fire that's now spreading through the centre.
Okay.
As you're cutting down the streets, getting back to the inn, people are screaming and running. People are trying to barricade themselves in the home. You get back to the inn, and you're taken round the back. He pulls out the wagon, which is preloaded with one of the barrels. A few of you can get in, and then we need to go. he begins to strap the horses up rapidly. And after a short time, with a bit of help from yourselves, he steers the horses and you begin to leave the town. So you move down the main street. As you come back out from like the little offcut, you see a young woman dressed in like a white dress. She runs out of one of the side streets where you'd come from. Immediately behind her, a person in a dark robe with a odd white mask brings a scimitar up and just runs it through her back as she stands.
No, don't say that, Paul.
Adrian, seeing this, whips the horses, and the cart speeds down the road.
No,
As you
Adrian!
get to the gate, there's two guards looking somewhat concerned, but Adrian ushers them out the way. Move, open the gates! They immediately, not knowing what's going on, just pull them to, seeing this cart coming towards it, and you fly out of Valaki. As you get onto the road, he begins to slow up after about 10-15 minutes.
Adrian,
sorry.
innocent people are dying.
Bruce, we have to protect ourselves. We have not come this far.
We have
make
to
a
protect
mistake.
the innocent. We have
They
to
are not
protect those
innocent.
who cannot protect themselves.
We got all that
Listen.
wine.
He says, Bruce, look at me. There is more going on.
I'm like staring at him with my mask on.
Yeah. At this point, your mask is cracked from the craze. You've got like one half a mask, like in front of me up. He stares at you and says, Bruce, listen to me. There is more going on. You have to trust. Come. And after a short time, he brings the cart to a normal pace. Is anybody hurt?
I think
My
we're
pride.
fine.
My pride.
Where's Irina?
She's with you on the cart. So a couple of you, it's probably, so there's one big barrel of wine in the cart. I'd say Irina, probably Blight, and probably you, Callan, are riding behind that.
At this point, then Blight.
And then Bruce and Solidus, you're on horse next to it.
At this point, then Blight will just snap Boneclaw back to him.
Okay.
And just has him on his arm.
So
And
Blight
it's like,
begins
what did you see, Boneclaw? And
so Blair begins to just concentrate on Boneclaw. Face grows pale. This destruction, brother. Full square is lit. Baron, I believe, is dead. The Wachters have taken power. I
Knew we
don't
should have
think there's
helped them
anything
out.
we could have done.
seemed like she had half of the population on her side.
Agreed. There was more to this than we could see.
Did you know of any rumblings? Is it? Where's Erwin? He's not with us, is he?
No.
So where was Erwin on all of this?
Erwin and Danica followed behind, and when you got back to the inn, while you prepared the cart at the back, you saw he was shutting down the place, basically. You know how before there's all the doors are barricaded? He was pushing to the front doors, locking them. There was a few other people, similar to people who you'd seen, the people who helped you at the church. They were basically barricading the doors and windows.
So I don't like the fact that we
and
just
bringing
left
their
Erwin
family
either.
inside. Adrian knows that they'll be safe.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have left his brother in danger.
Okay.
And he would have informed you that on the route. So Blight goes quiet, and even though as you leave the town the rain seems to subside, everyone's just quiet and just a bit shaken by the events. The mist is thick on the road. The sky is grey. And as you approach the river crossing, a large black carriage blocks the road. The mist curls around the cartwheels between the legs of the two black horses that pull it. You see steam emitting from the horses' nostrils as they stamp their hooves and snort. As you approach, Adrian pulls the cart to a slow whoa, and the black carriage door swings open, and a tall figure steps out. He stands to his ample height, with his thick fur coat wrapped around his shoulders and his studded leather armor. He wears no helm, and his pale skin glows in the dim light coming through the thick clouds. He has pointed elf ears that poke out from a slick black long hair that forms a widow's peak above his piercing blue eyes. When you come in earshot, he says, "My master wishes to dine with you. Please accept his invitation."
Fuck
And he
off.
pulls out a small piece of parchment from under his cloak and presents it forward to you.
I do use divine sense.
I say, who's your master?
We know who his fucking master is.
So,
Hang on. I don't think you'd pick anything up, but I will check on second.
Anything affected by the Hallow spell, or no celestial fiend or undead. Detects evil as well, just in general.
do you want us to bring a pudding?
I've got little pies.
Yeah, exactly. You can say they're
Okay.
the most delicious little pies.
You detect evil, but you
Uh-huh.
don't detect any fiend or anything like that.
Okay.
The guy. If you look in your journal now, he's called a Rahadin. And that's what it looks like. So he pulls a small piece of parchment from his cloak and presents it to you. He gives his word that no harm will come to you should you accept. Does anyone take the paper?
Yep, I'll take it.
Okay. So, if
I
you
assume you're
look
talking
in-
about Strad.
as soon as he hands the paper to Solidus, he turns and enters back into the carriage. Your
Hey.
words fall on deaf ears.
Hey. Point ears.
The door shuts, and the horses move forward, with no one steering. The cart comes past the wagon on the road and heads towards Valaki. As it goes past and you try and look through the windows, you see nothing apart from frosted glass. The parchment, if you look in your thing, at Strahd's invitation, reads as follows. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and I know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strad von Zarovich.
I'll look to the group and I say, well, this sounds pretty positive.
Anyone
We can get
hungry?
out of
You
here.
never turn down a free dinner.
But, you
And
know,
that's where we're going to enter now.
No. Let's keep playing.
Mercy.
So you're on the road to Kresk, but you have got an
Where is
invitation.
Kresk?
Yeah, where's Karesk?
So
I think
it's
we should.
the furthest west town. You had heard about it before.
Oh, that one. Okay.
I don't think it's wise to take Irina to dinner.
Definitely not.
You know.
I don't think it's
We should
wise that we even
stay.
go to dinner, but we definitely should.
Yeah.
Can we just keep playing for another 5 hours, please?
Wowzers.
What a festival!
Yeah, it was. That went almost
Well,
entirely.
Bruce was really disappointed with the festival. It's not how we wanted it to go at all.
Big summer blowout.
Who's the woman in the white dress? Is that just a random woman?
Yeah, it was just a commoner. You just recognize her as a civilian.
Mm.
Just know you left murder in your wake. But that's Barovia, I guess. There's not a lot you can do. But yeah, you've got an invite to dinner.
I mean,
Well, you dressed for it, Bruce.
I am.
yes.
totally dressed for it.
I think we should.
We need to buy some fancy clothes.
There's nothing to say we have to go right away. We can prepare for this dinner.
Yeah.
You know.
We
Well,
need-
prepare in the sense of like we need to gain an extra 5 levels.
Yeah.
We need some
Also,
powdered
actually,
garlic. We need some steaks.
Since you've now
Crucifixes.
completed the I'd say wine quest, yeah, you can level up to level 6 for next session.
Oh,
Because that's sort of like you've completed a good section there. You've had the festival, you've completed the wine, so
nice.
you may all level up
What
to
do I
level
get for level 6?
I get mindless rage.
Mindless rage.
that sounds like a buff, like a debuff, like a bad.
Cool. I
Sounds
get another. I get a favored enemy and another natural explorer choice.
Dude, just multi-class.
I don't really get anything actually.
I don't know how you do that.
So I think I'd have to look it up, but I think basically when you level up, you can take a level of another thing.
Yeah, you
So
just
you take like first level of wizard
Yeah.
or something like that.
you just add another class
You
on
can
your
do it on
thing,
D&D Beyond.
and yeah, you just start. You freeze. Say you do it now, you would freeze your ranger at 5th level, and you would start leveling up with another class, and you get the benefits of
another
both.
class.
You get the benefits of
Mhm.
both.
Monk. I like the sound of that.
monkey.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth looking into because the ranger can be quite taxing. I mean, you're at the good level to stop with ranger because 5 you get the best of like the thing really.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks, 3
Yeah.
if you use your thingy. But yeah, could do.
I mean, I could
Multi-class. I could be a cleric. That would help.
cleric. I mean, looking at Irina's character sheet, she gets so much stuff, but then you have to bear in mind that you'll be a cleric from level 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you'd
So-
have level 1 cleric and then you'd have to level that up.
Yeah, so it's that balance.
Yeah, I might go for
But
monk.
she has some pretty good stuff, cleric. Monks are good.
I like
sort of
the
fit the
idea
narrative.
of if somebody takes all my weapons off me, I am a weapon.
Yeah.
Myself is a weapon.
Monks are good, but I don't know how it would fit with a ranger, because like a ranger's kind of geared towards
Yeah.
being at a distance, and a monk's geared towards like up in the
Really
grill
close, yeah.
fighting.
So both.
Yeah, well, I guess so. You get best of both worlds.
We've got the other things as well, like the artifactor or whatever it is.
Officer.
It's in Tasha's cauldron.
Well, I've got like all the classes, but some are crossed out, obviously, because I don't meet the prerequisite.
Yeah.
So the ones that are only open for me are cleric, druid, fighter, monk, or rogue.
Druid would make sense if it was good, but
Druid
cleric,
could
really.
go well with a ranger, because that's kind of like a similar vein.
You can
but,
turn into animals.
but yeah, you could turn into animals and shit.
That would be cool.
It's, yeah, it's not spelled.
Yeah,
Wild
you
shape.
get spells.
You get it
and
at second level, you can turn into
That could be cool.
a beast
would-
that is only 1/4 challenge rating, so it'd be like bugs. No,
I
it'd be a
don't know.
dog, maybe wolf.
Yeah, you could be like
Let me have a
wolves,
look.
Yeah.
dire wolves and shit.
Wolf versus wolf.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
At 8th level, giant eagle. Just feel like Lord of the Rings. Come on, boys. We're going into Strad's bedroom. I'm flying us there.
you could be a boar, or a cave badger, or a constrictor snake, or a cow,
You
or
cow.
a draft horse, or an elk, or a giant badger. That'd be sweet.
Badger.
You
Like
could be
Bodger
a
and
giant
Badger.
bat,
Yeah.
giant owl,
I could pretend I'm a vampire.
giant wolf spider. Oh, you could be a panther, mate.
Druids could be good. Just depends what you.
A panther mate.
Oh shit!
That
You
is
could be
a-
you could be a velociraptor.
A
Oh,
velociraptor. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Please be a velociraptor.
That'd be
That's
You could
pretty
be
cool.
or a walrus.
I am a wolf.
I mean, you can be a wolf, which would fit the narrative, but velociraptors are cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can have a think, dude, and see what you want to do.
I know
So
that clerics and stuff, they get to put divine energy into an attack, don't they? Can you do that with a ranged attack? Can you channel divinity?
into your
Cleric.
arrows.
Yeah.
Um,
Because when you make an attack with a cleric, you can use your divinity, can't you, to like max out
yeah,
the
you
damage?
get a channel. It depends on which thing you choose, and I think you choose
Quite
that
cool
at
to
3rd level.
bless it, bless the bow.
Like Irina's got channel divinity, but hers are Radiance of the Dawn, which is like she just like blasts out radiant damage, and then she's got turn undead. So any
Which
undead,
literally
she can
turns
like
undead around.
she can turn them onto your side. But like other clerics get different things depending on what you pick.
Have a look into it.
I mean, as paladin, I might branch out. I could be a warlock.
That would be cool.
Because looking at my next level up, there's not a lot you really get other than just your stats increase.
Yeah, because this is designed to take to about 9, so you'd have
Yeah, the rest of the stuff as a paladin,
you'd
it's
have
not
about
really that
4
great.
more levels. So you could get to like 4th level in something else if you wanted to.
Warlock could be pretty cool. My dark Bravia's bringing out my dark nature, the dark side of me. I could switch into a warlock. Could be quite cool. Interesting.
So yeah, I think the next session's going to
Look
be
into it.
28th, if everyone's good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about tomorrow?
Dude,
Mercy.
I've got dinner to prep.
Ugh. Fucking dinner schmimmer.
And Vistani Village to reread. I'm going to go to the lecture. Oh, cool.
Sorry.
Oh, God. Speed reading. Nah, it's a shame Bond couldn't be on this session, but I think he'll like it. It'll be a good rewatcher anyway.
Yeah, I hope there was nothing that he would have wanted to do that we didn't do.
There's plenty more to come. So don't worry. Right, dudes.
Cool.
I will.
Thanks, Paul. Really enjoyed it, as
It's all right,
always.
man. I'll
Thank
see you in 2 weeks. Oh no, we'll
Yeah.
see you on Thursday, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Are you
yeah.
up for it, Alex? Or are you
What?
chickening out?
What's Thursday?
Games night.
Board game.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
I forgot. Yes.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 people. That's
Who
good.
is it?
5
Too
people.
many for every board game.
Yeah. Phil's going to play on Thursday,
All right.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
so we've got. Yeah, I've already got a game planned.
What game is it?
I won't tell you that because then you can just go away and Google how to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Tough.
Chess.
Yeah, you can go look up strategies.
I've learned every chess strategy.
But it's a game that is easy to play and the board's easy to use and it won't take long.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
I say that, but I've got to explain it and then there's no friends at the table.
It'll be fine.
It's war. Yeah, it'll be good.
Sweet. Right,
Cool
dudes.
beans.